Yo, what up, people? We are back with another live stream of To the Baja. Today is a very special episode.
Hold on. We got to welcome Ray first before we do anything, no?
No, we introducing the episode.
All right, we got to introduce the episode.
We got to welcome him back.
Get 10 words.
I thought you getting straight into it. My fault.
He was on you, bro.
My fault.
I always introduce people after I say
No, my fault.
Too much home.
Yeah.
Already off rip.
Nigga, damn, I'm like, shit.
My fault.
I was like, this the.
I apologize.
So let's start
Should I go
over.
on the
Let's start
apology
over.
tour or what?
Let the man do his thing, man.
Let's start over.
My fault.
Party people, how are we doing? We were back with another live stream of To the Baja. Again, this is a very special episode because this is the first stream we are on our own channel. Go like and subscribe. Let's get to it. Let's introduce our cast today. Starting my brother Ray.
Yeah,
back in the building. It's been, what, a week, man?
Yeah, it's been a week, man.
Yes, sir.
Living a good life in New York, man.
Good luck.
And look what he got on now.
He got the payroll shirt on.
He got the payroll shirt.
You know,
We call Ray a double agent. I respect
It's
it.
I'm
crazy.
just saying though, they in the finals, ain't they?
One thing I will say about Ray being a double agent.
I was just wondering.
You right?
One thing I will say about Ray being a double agent, at least the colorways match up perfectly for both
Thank you.
teams.
Thank you, sir.
You feel what I'm saying? I gotta give respect where it's due. So, but good to have you back in the building.
Hey, did
my
Ray
brother.
Happy to be here.
Do Ray have to wear a clown suit?
did Ray make a bet about a clown suit? He didn't do that.
No, I did not.
MT tripping. MT, we appreciate
I don't
you,
think
but you
you did.
tripping.
No clown.
You might have been a babe. I don't
That
think
was
you.
And we still hadn't seen that suit yet.
I did.
No, you didn't have no
The
suit.
afro.
New York jersey. on.
Oh, this dude is crazy.
Yeah,
That is
that's a crazy. Did y'all hear that? Y'all, chat, y'all catch that?
New York ain't.
Yeah, New York,
New York, baby.
New York a little
I'm so
salty
New
right
York.
now, too.
I'm so New York.
No, you funny. But also introducing the rest of the cast. You know, we got my brother Charlie V in the building.
You heard?
You know what I'm saying? We trying to keep
We
him.
here.
We trying to keep him safe in the streets
Back,
of New York
baby,
right
we
now.
back. I'm on my New York shit. You heard? Not my fault.
With the Wu-Tang
With the
ones on.
woo, you see the
That's
woos,
hard. I ain't gonna lie.
though.
That's hard as shit.
You see the woos
That's
now.
hard as shit.
Okay, all right.
That's hard as shit. And then of course we
What's up?
got Honk sitting across from
What's
me.
up? How's everybody doing?
He already on bullshit. Can't lie.
No,
Put your fucking shirt down.
my fault.
There you go.
God damn, bro. You
To the
also.
Baja after dark. That's cool. Not right now,
That
man.
nigga
It's too
said no
early.
skid
Yo, bro,
till we go after dark.
Bro. Somebody needs to take away his goddamn mic and his goat fuel.
He ain't got go
I
fuel
don't got
today.
go through today, bro.
Bro, that don't mean he ain't got something in the car. Don't mean he takes something before he got
He's
here.
spiking. You spiking your energy drinks game?
Come on now. I'm bringing the energy.
He
Let's
got
get
that
it.
same water that we question what was inside the water as well.
You said what's in the cup. Don't worry about what's in his cup.
Hey, it's all good. We gonna have a good time.
You like Lil Wayne. Don't worry about
Someone
what's in
said
his
Hong
cup.
got a cut. I got a cut like 2
You
weeks
did get
ago.
a cut.
This is like 2 weeks ago.
You got a fade, huh?
That's a fade? What is that?
It's an old man.
I'm not qualified to talk about shit like that.
Said, is that a fade?
Yo, this. Hey, man.
My fault. Let's
No,
lock
hey,
in.
but
Let's
nah,
lock in.
Let's get to it, man. I already know Charlie ready to talk about
Hey,
this
hold
shit.
on. Shout out to Theo. He got a dub.
Oh, yeah.
He got a dub.
He got a
Hey,
dub.
there you
Yeah.
Hey, Theo got
Theo.
this a
Yeah.
winning. I think he got a road game today, so good luck to him as
Yeah,
well.
we need back-to-back dubs,
Got a
gang.
dub. Did he perform well, though?
He said he couldn't throw the ball into the ocean.
I used to have like a light 18. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
probably
He had
the
like a
secret.
17, like 6 and 5 or something.
he
like
had
that.
18.
Solid. He just couldn't throw the ball
yeah.
into the ocean.
All right.
Yeah, like 18 is on slight days
As long,
good.
as long as you get the dub, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
That's
we it's about team. It's about winning culture.
Ray, how was your experience in New York, bro?
It was
Yeah,
great,
talk to us.
man. We had
How
a
was
good time, man. You know, I went to 2 watch parties and then went to the actual game 5, you know, sat on the floor. It was fun, man. It was amazing. Atmosphere was crazy.
So you saying they won because you was on the floor?
I'm saying they won because I was in the building. Yeah. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, man. It was fun. Man. It was fun. I had a good time. I enjoyed myself.
Is that your first playoff game this year for the
Yeah.
Knicks?
Mm-hmm. Actually being there? Yeah.
Yeah, and they won.
They did.
It might have to do with you. It might
It
have to
might
do with
be.
you.
It
A
might
little
be.
too late for all that now.
We talked about that one game, bro.
A little too late for all that. Finding out the secret sauce.
No, that's cool. All I'm saying is, though, you know, we can get another bet in, though. With OKC
I
in
want no
Indiana.
smoke.
You don't want no smoke.
No smoke. He's like, he won his series.
Them boys real deal
I
later.
want no problem.
Hey,
We
I
get to that later.
Yeah, we're gonna get
I
into
got my
that.
bet with Ray. I need the series to end in 5. In 5. I said it's a gentleman's sweep.
I don't even know, bro.
I don't think it's a gentleman's sweep though.
We'll see.
At least I think they get at least 6 out of that.
I know we're gonna talk
Indy
about
good,
it,
bro.
I know we're gonna talk about it,
Yeah.
but the slander towards Tyrese is crazy.
We gonna
Like
talk
that
about
Austin clip. I don't know if you guys saw what Tyler
Yeah,
said
he
in the
picked
chat.
a LaMelo Ball. I mean, that right? Was that it?
Yeah, it was LaMelo over him.
That was wild.
That's wild, bro. 2 back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals and a Finals appearance, leading the team.
There's something to be said about being able to win.
But he's also one of the few pure point guards in the league too, like actual pure point guards.
Yeah.
I would agree with you on that.
I totally agree.
Yeah, but I mean, let's get into it. Let's get into the Indy Knicks series. Let's reactions to Game 6. How do we feel about it? What do we see?
What you mean what we saw? We saw the New York Knicks get their ass beat.
Oh wow.
They came out strong though with a strong effort. Though. I will
So
say
all I'm
that.
say is, oh wow.
If we do the show for another 2 years, Charlie's not going to be good in New York.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good in New York, bro. I'm good.
All right.
This is it. This is it.
I will say
Hey,
this.
New York nigga said that.
Nah,
I'll say this to you guys quickly. I mean, Tyrese was pretty quiet until the 4th.
he was.
But
And he was quiet last game, too.
yeah.
He's always quiet.
He typically does
But
that though. He
but
wakes up like in the 4th.
But
normally.
he wakes up when he was supposed to. Like you say, he's a true point guard.
yeah.
He's running his team all game, and then if he needs to in the fourth quarter, he takes over. That's what a true point guard is.
I'm actually with you. We haven't seen that in so long. So, like,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not used to that
Like
anymore.
I think he's like
Well, because
very
you know,
Nash. when it
well,
comes to
just about to say that.
traditional now point guards is scoring 25 plus a
Yeah.
game. Though that's what they do. They score the ball.
And not really passing the ball.
And he still
Exactly.
averages like 20. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Exactly.
he's not getting buckets.
But he
He's just
averaging like what, 10 assists a game?
more than 10. He's
than
averaging like 11, 12.
Ray hit the nail on the head, though, man. Like, when you think of Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, Chris Paul, they would all wake up in the 4th. Like,
Because they're pushing especially I think Steve
we
Nash.
just haven't seen that in so long because guys are just scoring all the time.
Yeah, because you're running your team. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to run your team and get everybody involved. Like Halliburton understands he's not going to be able to do this without these other guys.
Yeah.
He understands that. So
It's not his game.
yeah,
I think too, Nash is a good comparison because they both run. They both push the offense the whole time. Like they're getting up and down the court the whole game. And I think we don't see that in the sense of pass first anymore. Like we see guys get up and down the floor, but not in a pass first sense like that anymore.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This series was exciting to watch.
it was though. It was though.
Fun to watch.
It wasn't blowout. It was never a blowout.
I hate that my Knicks lost, but at the end of the day, if you didn't like this series, you don't like basketball.
Facts.
This was good bump.
Real hoops.
It was good bump.
Great
This whole
basketball.
series, it was intense. They was talking junk. It got physical. Everything you want to see in basketball was in this series. So
Good storyline. It was very dramatic with Halliburton hitting that crazy shot.
Yeah.
That's when the series was lost.
Game 1?
Game 1.
Yeah.
game one hurt. Game one hurt.
That was a big.
If we win game one,
it's
this might be a
Because
different
the,
series.
different
the
series.
narrative,
This might be
the rest of the series was, can New York bounce back? The whole narrative is like, can they bounce back from this? Can they bounce back from this? It was never like New York was ever in control of the series.
They were
had
never
control of
even
the
after
series.
that.
Yeah.
Indiana led the whole way.
And then,
Yeah. Yeah. No. Do we think that this series reignited that rivalry between these two teams?
100%.
Of course. Yes.
We needed to see this, man. Back to the 90s basketball, man. That shit is fun.
And it was just funny. It was fun to see, like, just all the OGs in Indiana
That's a fact.
that came back to the games, and then all the OGs that came back
In New York.
in New York, like just to see everybody there. And then when you think about it, this is like a real rivalry. From Larry Johnson, John Starks, all of them with Reggie Miller and them, to us with PG, Hilbert, David West, you know, those guys, you know, with me, Mello, JR, Shump, Tyson, like J Kidd, like, you know,
Yeah.
Kurt Thomas. Kurt Thomas, what was funny, shout out to my man Kurt Thomas, man. Kurt Thomas was a part of both eras. He played with LJ and them.
He was a part of
and
every era.
And he played with me. So you know what I'm saying? But man, this is a rivalry that's gonna be here for a while, because I feel like the Indiana Pacers is gonna be good for a very long time, and I feel like the New York Knicks is gonna be good for a long time. And if they land Giannis, I'm betting you ahead of time.
We gonna talk about that? Is that on?
Yeah,
the-
that's
yeah,
on the
yeah,
docket.
yeah.
Kurt
I'm
Thomas is a
rolling.
name, though, by the way.
I heard that.
KT, Dallas,
name.
Dallas bred, baby. He from Dallas.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
I didn't know that.
Man, yeah, he live out here. He live out
I,
here.
Dallas.
I didn't
He's
really
from
watch
Dallas,
Kurt
too.
like that until his son's
Mid-range
days.
game is crazy.
Yeah.
His son's days when he was a little older, he was still
Nice.
he was still putting in work, man.
Shout out to Reggie Miller commentating.
Man,
Commentating the game.
He gave him the trophy too.
I mean, he did everything. Didn't he?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. So how do you feel though about Reggie Miller like being very active on the Pacers side, especially like since he's a commentator? 'Cause, he got a lot of flack about that,
He was very active.
about being biased.
No, I don't think he was biased. I think he did a good job, right?
Man, he did his job. He did his job.
He did a good job.
He did his job. I
mean-
ain't gonna say a good job because there was a lot of times where he was. You could tell he was all Pacers. It's like you over there commentating.
This guy, bro.
We know you hate the New York Knicks.
Nah, I hate the Knicks. There you go. Okay,
Dang,
there you go.
you said that live?
Yeah.
Oh
I
wow!
mean, he said it before.
I've
like-
been said that.
You said I ain't never heard you say.
No,
you
he
hated
said
him.
he said he hated Knicks growing up. Yeah,
Yeah, he
said
he
you
listened
hated
to
him?
teams.
Yeah, I don't like
it's
Knicks.
wild.
Why? What they do to
He
you?
listened to teams that he hated.
I'm traumatized, bro. At a young
That's
age.
crazy.
You know what I mean?
You think you're gonna
But
be
it's
good?
part
in
of
the
sport.
It's, it's just like younger bro picking a different team than big bro. That's what it came from.
There you go. Come on, give me some.
Hey,
bro.
shout out.
But hate though,
Hate is a little insane, but I get it.
you can't hate a local team. You from New
I
York?
don't fuck with
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't hate none of my local
crazy.
teams.
But I fuck with New York though.
I'm like Charlie in that. I don't rock with the Raptors, but I rock with
But do you
Toronto.
hate them though?
You don't hate them though.
I really don't like them. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't say hate, but I dislike the Raptors quite a bit.
Dislike.
Okay,
You gonna be banned from Toronto
Dislike.
too.
Nah.
Yes.
we good in Toronto. We
Hunger's
good,
good.
we
Yeah.
good in
Six.
Toronto. We good in Toronto.
I don't think Toronto like New York though. Like where they gonna be on some shit.
No. Let's keep it a stack. We want to be New York. We're baby New York. So
There you go.
That's the reality
That's
of
a
it.
fact. That's
Yeah,
the
you
truth.
say that all the time with the lingo
That's the
and
truth.
shit.
it's baby New York.
Hey, real quick, got to give a shout out to Robin in the building.
Okay, Rob in the
Okay,
building.
Rob.
I see you.
Yes, sir.
Rob
Yes,
just
sir.
walked in interrupting the shit, but it's all right.
Oh man, Rob,
But,
Rob gonna be on me, bro. I ain't did nothing on my social media.
That's what he here.
I know.
That's what he here.
When he came up the steps, I was like, shit.
It's time to check in.
Hey, shout out to On Time. Shout out to On Time.
Yes, sir. Yes,
On-time
sir.
agency, yes, sir.
Next, are we shocked that Siakam won?
Yes, I was
Why?
waiting for you to bring that up.
It was. He won by one
Why?
vote.
Why would
He
you
won
be
by-
shocked?
He was the best player of the series.
Man, if you don't get your ass out of here,
This was crazy though.
if
Halliburton really thought he was gonna get
because
that
he
jump.
should have.
I'm gonna say this, right?
Listen, I'm not disrespecting Siakam. He was great. He was the next best player. But if you goddamn take Halliburton off that team, they do not win.
If you
Period.
take Siakam off the team, they do not win.
Yes, yeah, right.
No, that's true. That
Yeah,
Bro, he carried them in
Come
like
on, he
three
carried
of
them.
those
Oh,
games.
points? Just points? I'm talking
Everything.
about winning.
Everything.
I'm talking about what?
You see what his defense? He was good, bro.
Siakam
Halliburton.
was-
All right, I'm
look,
gonna be quiet.
this
Nah,
how-
don't be quiet now.
Congrats.
this how I
He
feel.
just
Right?
hot. He just hot. That's
Congrats.
all it is.
This how I feel. Right?
Crazy.
I
He's a
think-
point guard. I get it.
He a
I'm
point
just saying.
guard. He hot. New York laws.
Give point guards their flowers when you're supposed to. And Halliburton to me was the MVP of that series. I'm sorry.
But you can't be mad at Pete.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Siakam.
I'm not mad at it because I really
He
don't.
deserves it too,
I don't really
just as much
because
as
I don't really
Halliburton.
give a damn about the Pacers, so I don't care.
Damn.
You know, I'm just gonna keep it
rivalry
100.
back,
So
baby.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't care, but still, like I felt like Halliburton, especially where everybody just kind of going at him with the overrated.
That was wild.
Come on,
That was
Yeah.
wild.
Like,
That was
He
wild.
definitely. The narrative wise, I see why you say that. But like
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
specifically though, what do you think that Halliburton did that separated himself from Siakam?
like he controlled the whole game, even when he wasn't scoring. He still impacted the game by being a facilitator, by being a leader. Like we just talked about it. Like even in the fourth quarter, like the first 3 quarters, he was chilling. And all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, he explodes because that's what he needed to do. They needed another scorer because Siakam already had about 25, 26. He did his scoring to kind of keep him flowing. But he's the guy that's doing the facilitating. You take him out the game, bro. Like I don't think it flows the same.
I mean, Siakam was getting most of those assists right from him.
Where I challenge you on that, Ray, and ask you is, I feel like you take him out, you have Nembhard.
Not the same. I like him. I like
kinda
Nembhard.
agree.
I like him a lot. He's still not Halliburton. You can't,
He's not Halliburton, but he
Not at
still
all.
gets the team what they need to get done when you put him in the game. And TJ,
There's levels to it though.
for sure, there's levels, but my whole point is like Siakam was getting buckets. He was, I don't know. I saw his defense on Carl was really good
really
too.
good.
Like
His defense was-
he was. I thought Siakam was the best player in the series not by
I
far.
want to say by
I would say
far.
by far, yeah.
I think definitively for me, he was the best player in the series. That's all I would say.
Can't get mad.
I mean,
at either
I'm
of
not
those
mad about
guys.
it because, like y'all said, like he did do his thing. But for me, I just felt like Halliburton was more valuable to me.
I think
But that's my opinion though.
But you got to remember,
my
we
opinion.
always said that Indiana was a team that it's a well balanced team, right?
Well-balanced team.
Anybody can.
Right.
It could be their time. It could be their day. And I think it was Siakam's series, bro. Even though we know that Tyrese Halliburton is the best player on that team, we feel like, but it was Siakam that kind of carried him over the hump.
I'm gonna say this though. I kind of see Ray's perspective, but I also think it's because you understand how much it takes to run a tempo of a team and be a true point guard.
Right.
Especially like in the playoffs when things slow down. Indiana's been like the one team who hasn't slowed down, like how they play. If you really think about it. I mean, OKC too, but as far as like half sets, they still running teams up and down the court, no matter what they try to do. I personally believe I would have gave it to Halliburton, but I kind of do think it might be because more narrative reasons. I think the narrative around him and how badly he disproved the narratives against him made it seem like he kind of should get it. And I think the two best games in the series he had. I think Siakam might have been more consistent, and so I get that's why he won MVP. But the two best, like he had a perfect game. Literally, he had like a 32, 15, and 12. And
No turnovers.
with a couple steals too.
Did.
You know what I'm saying? Like he played really good
Triple
defense.
double with no turnovers.
And that's what I'm saying. I do think that has to mean something, especially in that game. They needed to win that game.
I don't know, man. Didn't Siakam have 36 or 38 in one game?
39.
Then he had 31 the next game. Like
But I'm saying a well-rounded. He had 15
Exactly.
rebounds too.
That's
We
what I'm
told
saying,
you.
Siakam was
though.
more consistent, right?
Yeah.
Because there were games where Halliburton kind of faded away.
Tyrese did not show up in game 5.
He sure did.
Yeah, I agree
Right?
with that.
And in game 3 where they lost, he wasn't that good either. Like I think Siakam was way more consistent, and that means something in a series, right?
I mean, he lost the voting by one, right?
By one
Yeah,
point.
it was 5-4.
happens.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not mad at it. It's just saying if I had a vote,
guys
it
know
like
No, me
this
either. I'm
award.
not mad about it either. That's my opinion is I feel like Halliburton. should've
Which
gotten
award
it.
is this? This is the Larry Bird Award?
Yeah.
Just the Eastern
Yeah.
Conference. Do you guys like this award?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That's cool.
They do the same thing with every other sport. Like baseball has the same thing.
Who did they name
and,
the other
football
one?
has?
The Western
Magic.
Conference. Magic, right?
I believe it's Magic.
It is.
It's Magic, right?
Yeah, because East and West, Lakers, Celtics.
So the
I
finals. So the
I think
finals
it's
is
Kareem.
finals is MJ.
No,
No.
the finals is
Is it
Bill
Kareem?
Russell.
Bill Russell.
Is it Bill Russell?
That's what it is.
Yeah,
the most
MJ
finals.
is the actual MVP. That's MJ's
Oh, okay.
the MVP on the year.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So yeah, no, I appreciate Siakam getting his flowers. Like I said, he's been really consistent for a long time. Like you can put him in for, like,
Underrated. He's
Really
underrated.
Very underrated.
Now he is.
He is underrated.
He's very underrated. He's
But
Siakam
next,
about to go down. Though.
Thibs supposedly has the support of the team to remain the head coach. What do we think about that? Do we think that is the right move on the Knicks?
I like
Keep
it.
him?
You talk about the confidence, obviously. I feel like nobody takes more criticism than Tom. And this team obviously has turned around during his tenure. Do you kind of feel that going forward, he's the same guy to lift you guys the rest of the way, that next level?
Is that a real question right now?
It was on return on ESPN.
You just asked me if I believe that if he's the right guy. Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Come on.
Yeah. So
Ooh, he was mad.
yeah, he was mad. He was mad.
Yeah, that's a wrong time to ask that question, bro.
right after the game.
But right after the game, you just lose, and all of a sudden you asking me about my coach. What is he supposed to say? Nah, we need to get rid of him.
Oh, you asked me.
Like,
that?
what is he supposed to say?
Also,
I like
too,
how you said that too.
Yeah.
You
Tibbs
asked
has
me that
given
right
him
now?
the keys to the kingdom and trusted him. Like, what do you expect from a guy that he's believed in?
Especially because, like, no one really thought Halliburton would be that, and he saw it in him first. So, like, what do you think he's going to say about the guy who trusted him first? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then why would you fire somebody that got you to the Eastern Conference
The
Finals?
farthest you've been since 2000.
The farthest you've been in a while. Like,
Hey, listen,
let's fire him.
Dwayne Casey, Eastern Conference Finals,
That's
Coach of the
wild.
Year.
I never
Sayonara.
understood that. I don't understand.
Sayonara.
that.
Yeah, I
don't
didn't never
understand
understood that either. But
I mean, at the end of the day, like, the things he was doing in the playoffs was what we wanted during the season. And I feel like if he keeps that, then I think the Knicks are going to be fine next year because he started playing his bench.
I think
He started giving guys minutes. And if he do that in the regular season, then I think they're going to be all right with some changes. There's going to be some changes.
So let me kick it back to you guys, right? Not that he's not a good coach, but, you know, I'm not saying it's the same situation. Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr, Pat Riley, Spoelstra. Sometimes changes are just needed.
That's true.
Are you got I'm not saying we don't have any inside presence in the locker room. You might, Ray, but I don't, so I can't speak on it. Maybe that's just good for the team. They've been at this kind of level where they play hard, they run certain sets. Maybe they need someone to take them to the next level. Because it's easy to go from bad to good. Not easy, but that's an easier jump from going bad to good than it is going good to great. Everybody in this room knows that.
Yeah.
How long has Thibs been in?
Like 4 or 5 years.
Theo's in the chat. Shout out to Theo, man. Got your
Shout
dub.
out,
Theo, man.
Let him go. Damn, why Theo?
You know Theo's a Tibbs.
He's a Tibbs
Tibbs
fan.
non-supporter.
He's been there what 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
He's been
This
there
is the
since
furthest he's
21, 22, I think.
So,
No,
yeah.
2021, after the COVID year.
Yeah,
He's been there.
so 4 years.
4 years.
Maybe changes
I'm gonna say this.
needed. I don't know.
Because I'm not a Tibbs guy. I'm not a really big Tibbs guy, but I will say this: he furthered my expectations of what I thought he was going to do. And I do think if the players are on his side, actually on his side, not just saying this, I think you give him 1 more year and see if he makes those adjustments. If by like early in the season you see like, all right, this is not going to work, then you make the change quick.
I can
Make it quick though.
I can roll with that.
I don't think you wait too long into the season.
I wouldn't sign him. I can't say.
You don't
Hang
extend
on,
it.
are you guys?
I don't think he'll get an extension.
Can you guys speak on what it's like getting a coach mid-season, a new coach?
Mid-season?
Yeah, like because he's saying make the change mid-season, but I'm like, isn't that worse?
No, well, it's not bringing a totally new coach. You probably hire an assistant that's already there
For the
interim,
rest of the season.
You
interim
like
coach.
groom someone, and
So
if,
you
like,
bring in
don't
Rick.
Like it. You said what?
Huh?
You Rick Brunson.
Rick
there
Brunson
you
is
go.
probably going to be the head coach,
Yeah. There
you
the
go.
interim head coach.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
It's not bad. Hey, not.
I don't know about Rick as a coach. I haven't seen him enough, honestly. So
You're
But-
going to start
not bad.
seeing more former players as coaches here. So
Just like you see more.
you're going to start seeing that because that's who's better to read the game, who's better to make adjustments, who's better to get across to this young generation other than somebody who's been through it, at this level, that can really talk to these guys, explain to these guys, and really get across to them and have them understand it. Because that's the world we live in now. If these kids can't relate to you, if these young dudes can't understand you, then they're not going to want to play for you. They're making all the money in the world because college dealing with it, with these NIL deals.
Yep.
If these coaches, some of these old school coaches are going to start getting pushed out
They getting pushed out.
because they can't relate. And that's just what it is. Unfortunately, that's just what it is.
It's just what
You're
the
gonna
game is
seeing,
going.
Yeah, you're gonna start seeing younger coaches. You're gonna start seeing player coaches coming in, and you're gonna have to. They're gonna have the league is gonna have to start seeing that, and they're gonna have to start making these hires. This is what it is. That's what it is.
So who's the best coach in the NBA to you guys right now?
The best coach,
Well, if you guys, or give me a top 3.
I think one of the best coaches is OKC
Mark?
coach.
Didn't play.
I think
Didn't play, Mark.
He didn't play.
he didn't play. No,
Didn't
He
play.
didn't play.
OKC.
But hold on, shout out to Mark now. You know that
He's been around the game. Yeah, he was UConn manager.
UConn,
Yeah.
2004
I mean,
national
Spoelstra.
champ.
Yeah, he
Spoelstra.
Florida.
Spoelstra.
He was with Billy Donovan in Florida.
He was in Billy. Yeah.
Spo is played D2, I think.
And T. Lue.
Obviously, Pop he retired, but Pop he played I think a little bit. T. Lue's probably the best. What'd you say, T. Lue and Steve, or y'all ain't putting Steve up there? I think T. Lue's the best former player coach. That's my opinion.
Steve-
T. Lue
up
and
there, I just
T.
have-
Lue and Udoka.
Yeah. Oh, Udoka too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, a decent amount of the good head coaches today are former players.
Well,
Yeah.
Theo's saying, shout out to Theo, obviously. He say, are they there if Detroit isn't young? Are they there if Boston isn't fully healthy and don't give up 20-point leads? Well, Theo, they did. So they
I ain't gonna lie. Boston was fully healthy for most of the series.
They were up 3. They were going to probably win that game that JT got hurt, in my opinion.
Who Boston was?
No, the Knicks.
Yeah, no, they were going to win. They were
yeah,
up
they
by
was gonna win
13 with 2 minutes.
He
left.
was going to go for about 60, but they still was going to lose.
Yeah, they were up by 13 with 2 minutes left. Like I don't think they were really going to win that game or that series, and even if he was still there, in my opinion.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I got that.
I just don't. Yeah, I think it wasn't the Boston Celtics year, which is Missoula. We put Missoula as one of the best coaches already.
Yeah, I think Missoula.
He's up
I think
there.
he's a really
He's
good
up
coach.
there,
up there,
but
for sure. You got a
I'm
chip.
putting Bickerstaff before him.
Really?
In Detroit?
But Bickerstaff doesn't have a chip.
Don't matter.
Bickerstaff hasn't had his talent, bro.
He was handed that
You
team.
put Bickerstaff.
Hey, listen,
with
he
the
was
Celtics.
handed it.
Wow.
I heard
Udoka, that was his team. And he was just handed. That's like Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was handed that team from Mark Jackson.
Come on, Rick
So
Carlisle.
those-
Yeah, we
Somebody
gonna talk
take
about
that
it. Yeah, one of our points is Peter. Pull up the. Where do you put rank Rick if he wins?
Yeah.
RC?
RC is one of the top
five.
coaches. Yeah, he was the top coaches
said, we
already.
ain't
Yeah,
mentioned
RC
now.
played in the league,
played.
right? He played with the Celtics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
RC, yeah. The Jim Carrey lookalike? Yeah.
Bro, he
that
looks
is
so
hilarious. He looks just
My
like
mom,
him.
before my mom called me and said that the other day. She was like, "Who's his twin?" I was like,
Yo,
"What you talking about?"
his facial expressions is so hilarious.
RC, man.
So y'all have Rick in your top 5 coaches?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he's done it with
Without a
not-
championship, he's up there already.
He got one.
No. I'm saying without another
Oh, even without
championship.
one? Oh yeah.
I mean, because he has one of the most impressive championships. He had Dirk, and no one else was All Star. Not saying that everyone else wasn't good. It's just they weren't All Stars.
Reminds me like the Indiana Pacers.
they went All Stars then
Then
that year. That's what you meant.
I don't think any of them had. But I mean, yeah, but like kid. But yeah,
Sean Marion?
true.
Not that year. Not that year.
No. That's
But these
why
are
I
like-
just asked
this
him.
was- this
That's
was
why I
like
said
when
not
they
that
were-
year, but these guys
when
are
they were-
All Stars.
Karan
they were-
was on that team too. He obviously got injured.
But yeah, he didn't play the whole year really.
Karan was on the team too, though,
He
right?
played like-
or did he get injured mid-year?
Tyson was
Bro,
All
he only
Star.
played like 20 games that year.
You heard me? Tyson was All Star.
Yeah.
He had some
Hey,
All
I
Stars.
remember my boy
He had some
Brian
All Stars,
Carter.
but I get what you're saying.
Like
what
besides
I'm saying.
Tyson, most of them were past their prime. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all
Besides
remember
him.
Brian Cardinal
Tyson won a
coming in the
D-Court
game
next
and
year.
putting in some
Brian
valuable
Carter gave
minutes?
some big minutes.
Remember Cartwright?
Bill Cartwright.
Bill
Brian-
Cartwright.
no,
No,
Brian.
Cardinal.
Cardinal.
Oh,
Sorry,
Brian
Brian
Cardinal.
I
That's
thought
what
you
I'm
said Bill
talking
Cartwright. I couldn't
Cardinal.
wait.
Yeah, I'm
He
sure.
said Cartwright. I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
mean
what?
Cardinal.
What are you talking about?
Cardinal had like
Cardinals.
a legacy game where he had like 6 threes. Yeah, like everyone was just having legacy games. But
I think the whole world was rooting for the Mavericks.
Stojakovic.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I was shit.
The whole world was rooting for the
Stojakovic
Mavericks.
was
that
on
year.
that team too. They had
Peja.
some. Peja.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. But like,
They had some
this
dudes.
was, well, Peja like retired like the year after that though.
Yeah,
Page's
Yeah,
back
yeah.
was done. His back was done.
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these,
Peja was on that team, bro.
I would say this. Rick got like the best out of everyone before like they just weren't in their primes anymore. And I think that was interesting.
Bro, he started JJ Barrera and Jason Kidd.
Jason
and
Terry.
JJ cooked.
Jason
Jason
Miami.
Terry was off the bench, right, that year?
Yeah.
Terry was off the bench.
He was 6th man of the year that year.
Yeah, he was off the bench.
Barrera was the starter.
Yeah, he killed.
And it was
Miami.
killing.
He killed the Lakers. They couldn't do
Killing.
nothing with him in that pick and roll.
Well, they swept the defending champ Lakers.
Man, he couldn't do nothing with JJ.
Swept them, like, and,
JJ
like,
was
beat the
cooking
crap out
him.
of them.
And the big
So
three.
yeah, if RC wins a ring this year, he gonna have 2 of the most impressive rings. I think.
He ain't winning though. I'm putting that on wax.
I'm gonna put that.
Hey, like,
I'm
they-
putting
look,
that on wax.
It's the same thing in 2011. That's all I'm gonna say. It's the same thing. They said we were not winning that shit.
Hey.
They said we were not winning that shit. I feel
This
you.
guy says we
If-
like he's
well,
part of the Pacers
well,
gang now. Like, what's up with
I
that?
said they said we were not winning that shit in 2011.
Alright.
The Mavericks. I
RC,
said
the
we-
one thing I will
Word.
say that he has going for himself is that he does have championship pedigree. He's won it before, and he will be the guy to beat Oklahoma City and shock the world because he's done it before.
Is the
shocked
only-
the world before.
Is the only champion on either team Pascal?
Pascal?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no other champion on any other team either team, right?
No, Caruso.
Oh, Caruso.
Caruso, the bubble Caruso.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I forgot about
Caruso got
Caruso.
one too. So both team got one.
Hey, Ray
Got one champion on each
Well,
team.
was Caruso like
Come
a?
on now. I know my
Caruso like a
basketball,
rookie,
man.
though, right?
I know my
I
basketball.
forgot
man.
about that. He was
he-
on that bubble
But
team.
he was like a rookie though.
he was really
No,
young.
He wasn't that young.
He was a rookie or second year.
He was like second year, I think.
He
Yeah.
wasn't that young, but he was
How old is
young.
Caruso? He looked like he about 40.
Bro, you gotta remember he played in the G
45
League.
right now.
So Caruso
48.
played in the G League for some
Oh no,
years.
he right. He's 31, bro.
31?
But did he not play in the G
31.
League for some years? So I'm saying like,
Yeah,
No,
he
no,
played-
no. He
old as hell.
He was 3 years in the league when he won
I
the
was
chip.
about to say he wasn't no rookie now.
3 years. One more.
He was
year,
3
and I
years
said
in the
it.
league.
That
You
was
said
one more
1
year.
or 2.
Yeah, I said 1 or 2. There's one more year.
So they got one champion on each side. So it's relatively young teams, man. This should be a really fun
It's gonna be
final.
No, I think it's going to be more exciting than what people think.
Dog, it's gonna be scrappy, dog. It's gonna be
I don't think
scrappy.
it's going to be a just sweep, though,
No, I ain't said sweet.
or gentleman's
I
sweep.
think it's a gentleman's sweep.
I think it's.
I think it's
six games.
OKC in 6. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's.
I think it's OKC in 6.
I hope I'm wrong. I
That's
want
fair.
I don't hate OKC or anything like that. I just kind of want Indiana to win.
Nah.
I like Rick. Rick is my guy. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be on a show endorsing that. Ray's on payroll, bro.
I mean,
Nah,
I'm not. Hey, them niggas they pay me.
I ain't rolling.
Ray rolling.
Nah, I ain't rolling.
Hey, I mean that's cool. You shouldn't. It'd be crazy if you was rolling with that shit on.
But do you guys, I don't know if you guys heard the stat with Oklahoma,
But
that there are 29-1 against Eastern Conference teams.
Damn. And that one, and that one
The
is
only team to beat them was Cleveland.
Cleveland. I remember that.
And let's,
yeah.
and let's
But wait, hold on, wait a minute.
go ahead.
Wait a minute. And then overall, their record in the playoffs and regular season, they're 80-18.
They're like one of the most
listen.
dominant.
It could be
teams.
setting
Bro,
up
that
for a
shit
Goliath,
sounds
bro.
crazy,
It could
bro.
be setting for a David Goliath situation.
80-18.
That's what
I
I'm
hope
saying.
OKC don't
Hey,
smoke this.
have you
Shea
seen the
needs
script?
this.
Listen, OKC is so good, bro. Like it's when you watch them. When I watched them versus Minnesota, everybody thought Minnesota was finna go shock the world. They beat Minnesota like
the
they
brakes.
weren't supposed to be on the court with them, bro.
They beat the brakes.
Like I'm serious. I'm looking at Ant-Man some possessions, bro. He didn't want to touch the ball because of Lou Dort. He didn't want to touch the basketball. So what you think Halliburton? I think Anthony's way more like just tougher and just stronger than Halliburton. What do you think Halliburton gonna be feeling with Lou Dort? He ain't gonna want the basketball,
I
bro.
don't think he'll be guarding him.
Who gonna guard him?
But Indiana play good defense too.
I probably
man.
put
do.
I probably
They
put
do. They
Jalen
scrappy.
on Halliburton.
Why? Who you putting on Pascal?
I'd probably put
Check?
Lou on Pascal.
Huh?
I'd probably put Lou on Pascal.
Nah, I'll put check on him.
Was
Pascal
India-
does his work in the mid post, right? A lot of his work in the mid post. Lou's gonna not give him positions, be a physical fight mid post.
J-Dub can guard him.
I hear that.
J-Dub
Is
can guard him.
Indiana the best
You want-
offensive team?
So who's gonna guard Tyrese?
Out of this team?
You think
Yeah,
Shea?
is Indiana was the best
Straight up?
offensive team?
No,
don't know.
Shay's gonna guard Neesmith.
know.
And
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
OKC
wait,
was the
you
best
not put
defensive team.
J Dub on him. Wouldn't you not put J Dub on him?
J-Dub on Pascal, right?
No, on Tyrese.
No, I'm putting Lou Dort. Who?
You said Lou Dort on Pascal.
No,
No,
I said
he
that.
said
I
that.
So Lou Dort on Tyrese.
Yeah.
I don't like Jalen on Pascal. I don't.
I feel like because I think for length wise, I think you want to put J Dub on him, and then I could see.
Check gonna be on him though to start off the game because they start big. They start the
Check gonna be on.
4 Miles.
Yeah, because Hardenstein will be
Hardenstein.
on
I
Miles.
keep forgetting about Hardenstein. Yeah, you're right.
So
you're
yeah,
right.
you have to
Yeah.
put
check on.
Pascal gonna cook Chet. I think.
I don't know now.
Pascal.
Don't sleep on
He
Check.
can't stop him from getting positions. I feel like if he gets too deep in the interior, yeah, but like as far as the mid range,
He's a better defender than what Pascal's been seeing. He got length and he's a better defender. Yes, he's smaller.
Yeah.
He's gonna be able to bump him and use his physicality. But me watching him versus Randall, who I think is way more physical than Pascal, I don't know. Pascal's a better scorer than
I think
Julius.
Pascal- I think
He's a better
Pascal- I agree.
scorer. I'm gonna give him that. He's a better scorer. But Julius is way more physical, and he was able to still do decent versus Julius. So I'm liking my Thunder.
No, I like the Thunder, but this is going to be an exciting series, man. I think RC will make the right adjustments. He's
That's
the
the one
coach that
thing,
will make
though.
the right adjustments to.
I mean, who do you guys think wins the coaching war?
Oh man, that's two good coaches right there. But that's gonna be it's gonna be good here. That's why I say it's gonna be a good series.
I'm probably gonna lose my money if Rick makes the right adjustments. Honestly, I feel like Rick is too good to like.
he's
just
too
lose in
good to
5.
just.
I said it ain't gonna be no 5.
I'm
bro.
gonna Ray. You want cash?
You want to buy out right now? You buy out
No,
right now.
is it cash I have to give you if it's 6?
What's the bet? It was 100.
It's 6.
100? No, if it goes 6.
If it goes 6,
Right, he'll give you.
Mine with you was 5. I said it's a gentleman's sweep. You said
You said 5 or under.
I said 5 or under.
Just give him $65.
It's cash.
Right
No,
now,
it's
bro.
cash. I mean,
Just give him 65.
no, I
look the
live up
other
to my
way.
100. I'm just thinking about it as we
Your ass
replay
gonna
it.
lose that 100.
Ray
It
gotta
is what it
accept
is.
though. You
RC's
gotta accept it though.
I just feel like RC's too good. Like you guys are right. RC's gonna make the adjustments.
He'll make,
That's what I'm saying.
he'll make
6, yeah.
adjustments.
He's not a coach to get blown
So
out.
let me ask you this: Is this the best team we've seen ever?
No.
The best
Numbers
OKC
wise?
team?
No, best team.
There's no way, bro.
no way.
Think about it now.
Them Warriors teams was fucking insane.
Okay, but they lost.
No, I'm talking about the one with KD.
Okay, but I'm talking about the
No,
one.
he's
that
talking
had-
about is this the best team ever?
he talking about the best team ever.
Is it?
No,
Is it? Is
We're
it for
talking
debate?
about 98 Bulls,
No.
fucking
2017
I mean, I'm just going by the
17,
numbers.
yeah, 2017
I
Warriors.
just gave you the numbers.
That's cool.
I know.
I mean, that's
They
cool.
lost
Right?
this year.
Who?
But-
OKC. 18 total with playoffs
Bulls only lost 10 games in one season.
Total.
and won the championship.
Yeah.
I respect.
That's what I'm saying. Like, nah, the Bulls better.
I respect.
I'm just saying, is it up for discussion?
I mean, the
To
Warriors.
me, when I hear those numbers,
In the-
80 and 18,
Within the last,
If they take
I give
care-
you within the last
that's
10,
crazy.
maybe within the last 10 years, it might be the best team we've seen.
Nah, I
The
think that Warriors team's still
2017
better.
Warriors have the best
That Warriors team.
playoff record of all time.
That Warriors team
Which
beat
is
them.
16 and 1.
16 and
2017
that
beat.
Warriors team is smacking
Because
them.
the
With KD?
Lakers were 15 and 1.
Yeah, that's what Kobe is.
Like
showing.
maybe
Yeah, the
5, 6
Lakers are
games.
15 and 1 and the Warriors are 16 and 1. I think the best team in the last 20 years is definitely the 17 Warriors. I don't think you can question that.
I don't think you're being biased towards that. I do think so too.
And if I had to go with a second team, I'm going with the Heat over this team.
Yeah. The Heat that won. The Heat that won the year after the
That
Mavericks.
2012 team, Heat?
That when Bron was playing like the
I'm
greatest
not
player
talking
we've
numbers.
ever
You talking
seen.
about skill?
That's when Brown was 270.
I'm going
Yeah.
by numbers.
That's when he locked in
I'm
after that
just
Mavericks
going off
loss.
the numbers.
Bro,
running
you
a
talking
4-2.
about a 6'9",
jumping.
270 faster
I'm
than your
just
fastest
saying,
point guard?
And
okay,
Depoy.
see,
And
running
remember,
a
that's
4-2.
Depoy Bron. That's Depoy Bron too.
Brown was running a 4-2 at 270.
That's
I
Depoy Bron.
understand,
And-
but team-wise, what was their record?
I don't remember.
I think they won 60 games or something.
Is that
like
not the year they won 27
I'm just
straight?
saying, okay, I
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
a
good.
believer
They won
of
27
OKC.
straight.
Right,
That
you
was like
made
the-
me a believer, right?
Actually,
was
no,
the Heat.
that might have been the year they lost to the
believe in
Mavericks.
them?
I'm a believer.
No,
bro.
no, it wasn't.
I'm a
No, it wasn't,
believer of
'cause
OKC.
Derrick
bro.
Rose had already gotten
It took
hurt.
for you to
I
see the
believe.
Minnesota series.
You know why? You know how I know? Because Derrick Rose had already gotten hurt,
annihilated them boys.
and they lost to the
Well, they
Bulls
didn't
without
even
Derrick
No,
Rose.
that was a
Forward
lockout
them.
year, so they only won 46 games that year.
46 games.
But it was a lockout year, though.
Yeah, it was a lockout year. 46 and 20. They weren't that dominant. But the next year after, 2012, 2013, they won 66 games.
And that was.
But
the
it's not
27 game.
68. Well, OKC won.
I mean, that doesn't matter.
OKC got to win dominantly.
You see
though.
what I'm saying? So I'm saying this
They won
could
dom-
potentially be one of the most dominant years we've seen in a long
But
time.
if
I'm
you're
not
just
saying-
looking at numbers, then it's not a
Numbers.
question. It's the
Numbers.
Warriors or Bulls.
Isn't we going off numbers?
Yeah, it's
still
the Warriors or
Warriors,
Bulls. It's for sure the Warriors or Bulls.
OKC's not in that conversation. If they win.
They're not in the
They're
conversation.
one of the best, but they're not top two.
They're not in that conversation.
They
in
might
my
be
opinion.
4, 5.
I think. Are you just? I mean,
just numbers.
bro, we don't evaluate basketball just off of numbers.
That's
Why not?
That's,
the eye test.
But we
for
the
real.
eye test.
that's case. Then what are we talking about?
If we were doing the eye test, then Jokic would have gotten MVP.
All right, bro. This is a whole different topic. All right,
Right or wrong?
All right, let's
Depends
move
on-
on to the next
Hold on,
topic.
hold
No, we going off numbers.
Before we end
no,
on
no,
the Knicks.
why you always want to go to the next topic? Let's take it up. Don't you like numbers?
The numbers can't be definitive here.
Use the
I know
numbers,
what you're
guy.
saying.
You caught that
am.
one? You caught that one?
I am. But the best team of all time on numbers is the 72-10 Bulls. That's it.
7-2-10, yes, I agree.
Or even the Warriors.
But even the Warriors, how many
still
games
won
did the Warriors
67
won?
that game.
Oh no, they beat.
They won
70.
They won like I think 67 or 65 games that year.
They won between 65 and 67 games that year.
But they didn't win 68.
But then I think they only lost like
They lost
2.
one game in the playoffs.
Yeah, they lost one game. So
They won.
like,
They went 67 and 15, and they lost one game in the playoffs.
I respect
They're,
it.
they're automatically better than that OKC team
I respect it.
because they won the chip too.
You got it.
All right, that's all I'm saying. Charlie's on some shit today.
No,
bro,
I'm a numbers guy, man. That's it.
I get it. I respect it.
That's it.
hey, all I'm gonna say is,
Hey, chat. What do y'all think, yo? Put your opinions in the chat. Is
Men
Char-
lie, women lie. Numbers don't.
Numbers, no.
numbers can also be fudged though.
yeah, hey,
By who?
ask the real people in the real estate business.
Ask St. Juris.
So let us know, chat. Who do you guys think the best team of
I'm
all
leaving.
time is?
I'm going. I'm leaving.
What you say?
Show is over.
Wait, what did he say?
What did he say?
I missed it. Hey, no.
This man is wilding.
You gotta come. You gotta
No,
fix that.
we ain't gonna repeat that. We ain't gonna repeat
gotta
because
fix
he's
it.
wild. We gonna move
Hey,
on.
we're gonna do it
We'll
after.
move on,
Hey, but
move
real
on.
quick.
Yo,
It's
you
a
was
topic I forgot.
Crazy.
Move on.
Take his drink from him.
I told you that shit lace or
My
something.
fault, my fault.
Lace with a little whiskey. or something.
Don't ask him what's in the cup. He like Lil Wayne. Don't ask him what's in his cup.
Feel me?
It's crazy. You supposed to disagree. But nah, real quick before I go forward, we gotta talk about one more thing on the Knicks. We gotta talk about this cat situation.
That's bullshit.
You think it's bullshit?
Yeah, bro.
Well, for the viewers who don't know, it said the Knicks players and some coaches are
Reported,
frustrated.
by
with,
the way.
Huh?
Reported.
Reported.
Don't sue
again,
us. Don't sue us.
allegedly.
Who
are
put that
frustrated.
out? Sources?
It was, I mean, I can't remember.
I'll let you know exactly what source. I think it was a reliable Knicks source.
It was a
I forgot.
reliable Knicks source. Yeah.
Come on, man. I think they just trying to point the finger.
I
at
want to say it was
someone.
the same. We just look it up before I say that. Anyways, they say they were frustrated with his lack of communication on defense, saying that sometimes he'd be playing the wrong scheme and wouldn't have a reason as to why he was doing so. I mean, as a player though, think about this.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Listen
My-
to the tone.
this is my issue with things. Nobody said anything about being frustrated about nothing until they lost.
Until they lose.
Until it was over with. So if y'all were frustrated about this,
Hold up, that's not true.
Why this wasn't talked about?
Yeah, this has apparently been a thing.
I never heard it.
It might not have been
never-
reported.
PJ
till
Tucker
now.
said after game when they all talked to me, but they didn't talk to each other in real time. Those situations.
Yeah.
There's been some
They've
stuff.
reportedly had like a lot of players only meetings where this is.
It's been small stuff here and there.
I understand it, but let's be honest.
If they would have won, it would have mattered.
We've been watching Cat for years now.
He don't play defense.
Cat ain't the best defender. They're like
He's actually not a good one.
Mitchell
at all.
Robinson was the best defender, big man they had. Like we know that, and probably Precious after that. Cat wasn't even in the conversation. So you know what you got. You brought him here to what? Score. You brought him here to have a better big
Rebound
man
and score.
that could score. Rebound and score. That's his job. What are we talking about?
He's a big reason why you got to where you got to.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to put this blame on this man?
I mean,
because there's a lot of people that I can start naming some people because I watched the Knicks all year and I watched them in playoffs because I can name some other people who's some liabilities on defense. If we want to go there.
So there's two things I want to actually address, right?
That's crazy.
They said that Thibs got farther. Well, they got to the same place without Julius last year and OG. So is this team actually better?
They got to the same place.
They were in the Eastern
went to
Conference
the Eastern
Finals.
Conference
No, they're in
Finals?
the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Okay, yeah.
Game 7.
They didn't get.
This
to
is
the
Eastern
same.
Conference
They lost
Finals.
to
That's right.
Indiana.
Hey, but they
I'm
didn't get. But they
tripping.
didn't get to the
Remember,
finals.
this the
I'm
first. This
tripping.
their
It was
first.
the semifinals last year.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
tripping.
This is the first Eastern Conference Finals they've had since 2000.
My fault, chat.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Thibs made some history. You know what I'm saying? We got to give him. He
But
made
if
some
Julius
history.
was healthy, I think last year they probably beat the Pacers
if they whole team was
like
healthy,
I don't think they're that much better of a team, to be honest with you guys. I think the trade has worked out fine for both teams. I just don't know if they're that much better.
I don't disagree. I think the trade might have helped Minnesota more on the cool.
It don't matter. They're both home.
They both in
They're
Cancun.
both in DR right now. You understand what I'm saying? So that shit don't matter.
What they doing in DR?
Wow.
You understand me?
What they doing in DR?
What they do at the DR?
But no,
One,
I just
two,
want
three.
before we. Have you ever had a situation like this where stuff will come out about players that the other players be like, "Nah, that's not true. This didn't happen."
I just think people would just be putting shit out just to put blame on why they lost, right? You tried to find a reason why something didn't work out. You know, they blame it on the coach or they blame it on the player. And Cat just seems to be the scapegoat of this because I've been hearing his name in a lot of trade rumors. Giannis, this, that, and the third. So let me stir the pot up with the media right now so he can feel uncomfortable so we can trade him, type shit. But Cat is a big reason why they got to where they got to.
Facts.
So what are we talking about here?
Are you making the move for Giannis?
I'm not making a move for Giannis.
You wouldn't trade? You wouldn't do a flat swap?
For Cat? I mean, for Cat, yeah, I'll do it straight up. Yeah, I'll do that.
And maybe like.
But they're going to want some
Couple
more.
picks. Cat, couple picks. I think
I'd
you
still-
can be close.
If I was the Knicks, I'd do it.
You
If
probably
it's
have
Cat
to
and
give
a
up
couple
Deuce.
picks, I'll do
You
it.
probably have to give up Deuce, Cat, and a couple picks. I think he'd do it.
I'm getting honest.
I'm getting y'all. For that, I'm getting y'all.
Yeah, for that, I'm getting Giannis.
I'm getting Giannis.
But if you got to throw in McHale, you got to throw in
Nah.
one of them other cats,
I will.
Hart.
I
don't know.
I do think you
You'll throw
should
in
though.
Hart?
I think you do.
I throw in whoever
We're talking about the
else.
another guy who was
To
number
get
3
Giannis.
MVP voting, and he's the same. They're like
You
the same
throw,
age.
really?
To get Giannis,
We're talking about Giannis.
that changes everything defensively, offensively. Like that changes things. Like
I mean,
I
it's
get
scary.
it.
Brunson and
They have
Giannis,
too many.
that's scary.
They have too many guys at the same position though.
So get rid of Hart.
Josh, OG, Mikal, right?
Well, they already talking about McHale being added in that to go. There's a third team coming in there, and the third team giving
Give him
picks.
picks. I saw that.
They traded 5 first rounds for that game.
So,
All right, that's a lot. And I like. I
like McHale. I just
McHale,
think
but-
he wasn't as consistent as we needed him to be.
Yeah.
But I like him though.
Oh, he's a good
I
player.
like to see
But
him.
do you guys think that's because? And I was just watching the games, and like I just feel like he kind of has to just randomly find his spots.
No, you know what? I'm gonna speak on it.
Yes.
To me, when I watch their team, I feel like Jalen holds on the ball
Too long.
You give that ball a headache,
Yeah.
pounding that thing, bing, 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 bing.
He holds on to the
Motherfucker
ball
ball got a
too
headache.
long.
Hey yo,
And I think that, when it comes down to the fourth quarter,
For you, right?
when it comes down to the fourth quarter, then you want the ball into your main guy's hands in the pick and roll, and maybe he's more dominant at that time. But throughout the flow of the game, I feel like the ball needs to be moving more because you got guys like that can give you more.
He
McHale,
paid $40 million a year.
OG, like those guys can give you more. But if they just sitting in the corners or waiting to get the ball with 6 seconds on the shot clock, it's tough to score like that, bro. It's tough to score when you got 8 seconds and now you got to come up with a move to try to go get a shot off. Like, it's not that simple. And he really pounds the ball a lot within the offense.
This is why I made the.
This is why I want to run it back, though. This is with Thibs, right? This is why I say, do you need a change in leadership? Because, not leadership, but coaching. Because same thing in Chicago. Same thing with Jimmy Butler in Minnesota. Like, guys have to go get a one-on-one offense. Like, that's not how. List the last 10 championship teams. Which teams have won on ISO basketball?
Yeah.
Even the last 20, I bet you can't name one. The triangle.
Yeah, that one. I mean, it's like teams that go like, hey, I went, but they ain't win.
So it's like, can you, if you really want to win, if you think you have a championship team, is Thibs really the right guy?
This is also my thing. That's why
That's
I made that point about Halliburton being one of the real point guards where he can incorporate his guys and still get his. You know what I'm saying? I think Jalen, that's not his style. Like, it's hard for him to still incorporate guys and still get his sometimes.
You know who Jalen plays like?
Who?
Him and Luka plays the same.
I think
You
Luka
took
doesn't-
you the one that said you took Jalen Brunson over Luka
When?
You said that
You
like
said
not long
that.
ago.
I said the way he's playing, the way he was playing this year.
this year.
Yeah. I agree
This
with
year,
that.
that's not that crazy. This
Yeah,
year.
the way he
year,
was
I
playing
agree
this
with
year.
that.
Now, overall, hell no.
This year.
Oh, okay.
Overall, no. I'm not taking
I
him over
appreciate the
Luka.
clarification.
Oh yeah, I got you.
No, but
I
this
got you.
year is that's a fair statement because
Luka
I'm picking
Luka
I'm
hurt
picking
most of
I'm picking probably Carl over Joel because we haven't seen Joel right now.
True, 100%.
Same, it's kind of the same conversation. He just looked way better this year.
Availability is a big part.
Have y'all seen Luka though? Y'all seen the images, that video going around?
He's skinny as don't know what,
You
right?
see that every summer though.
He's putting the league on
He be
notice.
getting, I'm trying to tell you,
Damn,
bro, he don't just be fat year round like that. I don't know why niggas.
You see that every summer?
It's
I think we see
he's
that
He's
LA,
slim
man.
because he plays through the summer. He slims
It's
down.
LA, man. It's that Ozempic, man. Come on now.
Oh, he's injecting himself.
Brian got him on the
Come on
Zimpy.
now. It's
He's on
LA.
Ozempic?
He getting
Everybody in
Ozempic
LA be on that
allegations?
Ozempic.
Yeah, they
You know
be
what
on
I'm
the
saying?
knife. They go on the table on the
hey.
knife.
Come on now.
You know how much money Ozempic would get though if Luka came back skinny?
That's
I'm sorry, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, that's crazy.
That's nuts.
Wow.
That's wild.
So back to the cat conversation quickly.
Yeah.
So we know, I mean, you bring in a player that's not known for his defense, but to win championships, you at least got to put in the effort. Do you guys feel like he actually put in the effort
Cat?
Yeah.
defensively?
On
Yes.
defense though.
He did the best he could, I think.
I feel like he did. I'm just saying.
He was.
Because I
sometimes
know
he was
as
bad,
basketball
though.
players, right?
Sometimes
As
he was
basketball
bad.
players. Hold on, bro. I got it. Because
Go ahead, handle it for me.
Bring the mic a little closer to you.
Handle
brother.
that for me.
Yo. As players, like I wasn't the best defender in the world, but it's not like I wasn't trying. Like, bro, I was trying, but I just wasn't good at it. Right? So I think he's trying, he's just not as good as the others. But he's good at other things.
He good at what his job is.
And he did his job. Yes. In the league, like we are specialists on certain things, right? Like Ray was good, particularly good on one thing. I was good on one thing, you know, or two or three things, whatever it is. But Cat is lacking on the defensive end. That's okay. But it's not like he's not trying. So he is trying. But I just know, I mean, it's just not working.
Okay.
But let's be honest though, Charlie. Like we both know this. Like you got what you do best. Like Charlie said, he wasn't the best defender, but we know Charlie was gonna knock that motherfucker down though.
Yeah.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what he's in to do. We ain't worried about Charlie on defense. We know he coming in to hit these shots. So we're not worried about that. So you know Cat not a good defender. So just let him do what he do. Your defenders is OG, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson. Because at the end of the day, Brunson ain't the best defender either.
Is Dirk Nowitzki the best defender?
No.
But I feel like
see what I'm saying?
I feel like
But he
still put up a
tried.
I think
strong
Dirk
effort.
tried. I think Dirk tried a little harder though.
So forget that.
Come on.
So forget that.
Come on, man.
This goes back to my original point. What did Rick Carlisle and Dwayne Casey do with Dirk?
What you mean what they did?
He protected him.
Exactly.
Let me get
put him next
Tyson
to Tyson
Chandler.
Chandler,
my whole
Let
point
me
is-
get Sean Marion. Let
So-
me put some
Brandon
defenders
Hayward.
around.
Brandon
No,
Hayward.
no,
put
no,
some
so that's what I'm
defenders
saying, though.
around.
They put a perfect scheme around him defensively, right?
Yeah.
I'm going back to the question.
Is Tibbs.
Is Tibbs the right
You
guy?
going back to coaching. I know what you're about to say.
Yeah.
Is Tibbs the right guy? That's all I'm saying.
Because he didn't do that.
I can't answer that.
I felt like I felt like
I
Cat
got
was getting
certain
killed.
interests.
I felt like Cat was getting killed.
He kept putting him in
And
pick
like
and
you
roll.
guys said,
He didn't do nothing about
some
it.
guys just aren't good at defense. I understand that. That's part of basketball.
Probably
I don't know if he was
should've
put in the right scheme.
Probably should have put Mitchell Robinson in sooner.
And I'm gonna say this too.
Yeah.
I don't.
You know, Started him sooner.
Thibs is not a good in-game adjustment guy.
He's not.
He's not a good in-game
But he made
adjustment
adjustments. Clearly made adjustments
But not
in this
But
series.
I'm saying not in-game to where it's
not
like
in game. I see what
when,
you
But that
saying.
when
wins
it's
you
starting to
games,
bleed
though.
out. Yeah.
That wins
The
you
best
games
coaches
when
are the
playing.
ones who
does.
can do that.
It does.
Like
It does.
I think who was it? Tyler said it. I think maybe you guys, one of you guys said it in the chat. Is like, when you're at this level, it's like coaches, those small minor details will win you these championships. It's not really up to talent at this point because there's so much talent on both teams.
Most teams are evenly
So
yoked
much
at this
talent.
point. At this late in the playoffs, most teams are going to be more evenly matched than early.
You gotta find the mismatches, and I felt like what Rick Carlisle did, what I saw, just me as a player, me as a coach, he really had put the lineups with Toppin, Siakam. He had all these guys in at the same time, and these guys are tall, so he got big guards out there. So sometimes there was problems on throwing the ball to them in the post and getting easy layups, getting extra possessions on rebounds. That stuff hurts. That stuff wins games. Getting extra possessions, getting, offensive rebounds, kicking it out for a three, that hurts. That's a backbreaker. Getting that extra possession when you really need to stop. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like Rick did those things to have an advantage in certain situations, and that just comes down to coaching, bro. That just comes down to, like you say, in-game adjustments.
And I will agree with. I'm gonna agree with you. I don't think Thibs has the in-game adjustments. He doesn't do it.
You know how people talk about like a floor riser, like someone that can take a good to great? I think he can take bad teams and make them really good. I think that's his specialty. I don't know if he can take teams to make them good to great. That's one of my
That's
biggest
fair.
things.
That's a small.
That's real.
That's a
real
small
fair to say.
detail.
Because that's hard. That's harder to do. Going from good to great is just a different elevation. Like you could take even in the business world, you can take someone bad that's not good at their job, teach them competent skills and get them where they need to get to. But taking them to that 1% elite is such a different level.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm gonna make this comparison. I think that's where a guy and he's still young in the coaching game, but I think a Missoula comes in where you can have someone like Thibs and like someone who's a very detail oriented guy like Missoula can make those minor adjustments to make.
Yeah,
it really
Missoula
great.
ain't going nowhere.
And
I'm just saying, like,
And
it's
you know what a
fair.
great comment in Boston? And I don't know anything about this locker room, but like Brad Stevens, great coach. But what happened as soon as they switched to the voice in the locker room?
They started winning.
Exactly.
Udoka brought them to the finals, and Joe won.
Golden State.
There
Mike
you go.
Jackson and Steve
Where it's
Kerr.
like you can have really good coaches, but there's these minor details that someone else can see and have a different voice about.
So before we get off the Knicks, ask you guys, Giannis aside, because Giannis is a big splash. What do you guys want to see the Knicks do if they keep relatively the same roster? What do you guys think the next moves are this offseason?
I think they definitely got to answer the question on the depth. They got to add some bench players.
In what positions?
Point guard.
You don't like Deuce?
Is he a point guard?
Mm-hmm.
Today's point guard he is.
I got to add an extra big man coming off that bench.
Yeah.
A defender. Maybe put some defenders around
I think
that team.
they have enough. I think you have to trust your bench. I think, add another big guy that you can rely on. But I think what really needs to change is their offense. The flow of their offense needs to be more. They need to have more movement instead of being so much ISO basketball and one or two guys making the plays. Like, the ball needs to be moved more. That's my opinion. I don't really think personnel really matters that much because look how far they made it. So obviously they got the players there to do it. It's just all about changing some things up as far as offensively and then obviously defensively when you play against certain teams, just changing up schemes and being able to hide certain people, period. Golden State did it forever. Golden State did it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. Like, Steph wasn't the greatest defender, but they hit his ass. They did their job. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they needed him
They
on the
still
court.
do it right now.
They know they needed him on the
He's
court.
got a lot better over the years, though.
Of course.
But you know why?
But let's
He's
just
not
be
known
real.
for being a defender.
Yeah.
Because
you know
he
what I'm
tries
saying?
really
But
hard.
I don't think anybody would call Steph a
There he go with that.
I don't think anybody would call Steph a liability on defense anymore.
He's not a cone.
He's very like just a neutral. Like he's not a liability.
You mean today?
Yeah,
back
today.
Back then, yeah.
No, I'm talking about today. He's very neutral.
Oh, no. He, like you say, he's gotten better as a defender.
So like we gotta get Cat there.
That's what I'm
Cat
saying.
has to get there.
Because it's an effort thing.
So
I think he's trying, Cam. He's trying.
keeps
I'm not saying he's not
He's
trying.
trying, bro.
I'm just saying more.
strong.
Like we need more. That's all I'm saying. We just need a little more.
Do y'all want to see it? And
You
I'm
know
very curious.
you're talking about his DR buddy now. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
I'm not good at DR. I'm not gonna be good at DR.
Some of the best teams of all time run the triangle offense. Why don't we see that anymore?
The triangle had his moment, had his era, right? It's kind of
Triangle got
Why
to
can't
have.
it
the
be
game
successful?
evolved.
I want to
the
say
triangle got
I
to
think
have
it's
his
because
I can
players.
tell you why. Because we don't have your typical big man anymore, right? Typically, you need a big man
not many of them.
in order, and there's not many left.
You need two great players.
You can run a triangle with
With 3 guards?
Jokic.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can run a
He's
triangle with
an
him.
anomaly,
Yes,
really.
you can.
Maybe some.
'Cause you had
With
Sabonis.
him,
you can.
and you get you one more like dominant player because you got to think about it. When the triangle worked, it worked with MJ and Scotty, those 2 guys, and then you had bigs that you could throw in there that knew their role and knew how to play. Yeah. And you go to the Lakers, you got
Shaq and Kobe.
Gasol, you had Shaq, but Shaq didn't play up on their. Did Shaq play on?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah, he played with
He
Phil.
played on the field too.
Yeah, Phil.
Yeah, but you had Shaq, but you had Kobe. So you know what I'm saying? You
gotta have
Even
2
then,
great
come on
players.
now.
And
You
one of them
think
has
about
to
those
be a
2
big man.
teams.
And then you had
You know,
Gasol and Bynum.
you gotta have
too.
great
yeah,
big man.
Gasol and Bynum. That's why I said Gasol the
the
first
Bulls
time.
didn't.
The Bulls did what?
They didn't have a great big man in the triangle.
No, they didn't, but they had big men that knew their role. They knew how to play.
Yeah, they had smart players. I agree with that.
smart
They didn't have.
You know
They
what
didn't
I'm
have
saying?
Do
Luke
they-
Longley
MJ
did.
and
Luke
fucking
Longley
Scottie
did his
Pippen
job.
shit.
You know,
Cartwright.
Bill Cartwright did his job.
So why can't this work with Brunson and Cat?
Because I'm gonna be real with you. I love Cat to death, but like, no, I'm just saying. I love Cat to death, but Cat makes silly decisions sometimes, and being in that position, your IQ and you have to be smart. Like some of the fouls that Cat made sometimes in the
Yeah,
in the
that
playoffs.
was wild.
Come on, bro.
That was wild.
We need you in the game. Like some of those fouls, I'm like, what? Why? Why did you even do that? You got 3 already.
Yeah.
Now you got 4.
Now
You know
you,
what I'm
got to
saying?
sit down. Now you
Yeah.
put Mitchell Robinson in a bad
Yeah,
situation.
and he
'Cause now
was
they doing the
balling.
hack
And he
up.
was balling. Like he just kept doing this. He kept hooking people's arms, and it was obvious. They call offensive foul on him, and you already got 3 fouls. So it's like just things like that. One thing about Phil Jackson's offense, you got to be smart. You got to be smart to run that triangle, bro. And if you just off raw talent, it ain't gonna work.
It ain't work.
It ain't gonna work.
I
Did it
gotta-
work? Did it work? Was Dwight Howard? Did Dwight Howard play there?
Yeah, he did with
Did it
Steve
work?
Nash and them.
Did it
No,
work?
no.
Okay.
I would say
I believe it at
actually,
that.
was Phil the coach then?
Leave it at that.
I don't think Phil was a
I don't
coach.
think Phil was a
that.
coach.
But I will say
He
this:
wasn't?
shout out to Tex Winters. He's the real genius behind that.
Who?
Tex Winters. He's the real genius behind the triangle offense. Heard that name a lot.
But hey, that's all we had on New York. Let's get to the finals matchup, guys. The real bump.
You gonna be at a game?
Ooh.
We gonna see you courtside or what?
You might see me. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
OKC are the
OKC
heavy
don't fuck with
favorites.
them.
No, what?
OKC don't fuck with Ray.
That's crazy.
If you pull up with him, they don't fuck with him.
That's crazy. Yeah, he ain't going with me. They were like, Ray, you brought Charlie. He don't like us. Nah, I was kidding.
Nah, I'm a believer now. OKC, man.
You believe it now?
He went on.
yeah.
He said his apology.
I said my apology.
You got your tour. Get your tour.
Yeah, bro. Them boys, they the real deal, man.
Hey,
To me, they're one of the best teams ever in the last 10 years. Fair to say.
I mean, you say as long as you say one of the best.
One of them
the
is fair in the last 10
One of
years.
the best is
That's
fair.
fair to say.
As long as they win, they gotta win though. But and they are.
do
Let's say
gotta
this.
win.
They are very, very, very heavy favorites. Do we agree with them being heavy favorites like this?
By the numbers, yeah. But I also think people are counting out Indiana. I also think, during the regular season, Oklahoma blitzed some boys. So,
I think it was 3-1 or 2-1.
2-1. No, they only played twice.
Oh,
2-0. They never. You didn't hear my stat earlier? The only team to beat them in the Eastern Conference was Cleveland.
Yeah.
no,
The
you're
whole
right,
season
You're
out
right.
of 30 games.
You're right. That was last year. That was the year
Oh, I know
before.
I'm right.
You're right.
You verifying?
No, I'm just trying to look at something. Go ahead.
Oh, all right.
I'm just trying to look at something.
All right, my
So-
fault.
so-
You change your tone on me. You
No, I said
good?
you're right. I said you're right.
You good?
I said you're right.
All
Oh
right,
shit.
my fault.
Damn. Continue on. My fault. My fault for disrupting the flow. My fault.
Yeah, man.
I mean-
I was kidding.
I will say this though. If Indiana was to win, they would probably win by committee. Am I right?
Yeah, they're like I said, they're the 2004 Pistons in 2025. Like the offensive version, like 220, like
Yeah.
it's more of an offensive game by committee. Chauncey's Tyrese. Like I see so many similarities with that team. Just how they got it done by committee. Anybody can beat you on any given night, whether it's Rip, Sheed, Tayshaun beat you sometimes.
Yeah.
That's well said. Wasn't RC on that team?
No, RC was with Indiana at that time, I
Yeah, he was
believe.
back
Yeah,
in
he was in
Indiana.
No,
first.
but wasn't he at the wait? Oh no, he was with Indiana.
He
That's
was
what I'm
in
thinking. I'm
Indiana.
thinking
Yeah,
about
that's his
the
first
He was with
Pirates.
the JO team,
I'm
bro.
thinking, yeah, my
Yeah.
fault. I'm thinking.
Well,
Hey.
also that's crazy. His name is not O'Neal. Is crazy.
Yeah. Can we talk about that quickly?
actually-
He's
Shout
your
out to
OG,
J.O.
Ray, right?
That's my OG,
JO.
yeah.
Does he
Shout
deserve
out
to have his
J.O.
jersey retired in Indiana?
Yes.
Bro, because I don't know if y'all saw the clip. He's like the Pacers basically like disowned him, and I feel really bad for him because he.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you brought this up because I was just talking to my pops about this last night. Was so upsetting about the NBA sometimes is when something gets put out about us as athletes, and everybody talks about you, everybody talks bad about you, everybody create these narratives about you. All this stuff is said about you, like all this scrutiny happens, and then boom, when the truth comes out, and you're exonerated for all these things, nobody comes to your rescue. Nobody comes to your defense and like, I told y'all this. It's like everything gets quiet now. But when it was on, the heat was on me. Everybody's talking about it. ESPN, CNN, and everybody. All these tabloids wants to talk about you, but then once you're cleared, it's quiet. Nobody wants to speak on it again. And I don't think that's fair. And I think he spoke about that, how nobody protected him during that time of that fight. So it was like...
And he won in federal court.
Yeah,
And he
did.
won, which is crazy.
He said the judge said, you did what you were supposed to do.
Exactly what he said.
So
It doesn't fit with the narrative, though. Right?
yeah, but that's not fair because
It's not fair.
as athletes, you're supposed to protect us. We're working for
Your organization.
your organization. Like, you got these security people around these courts and all these other extra securities that y'all hire to make sure we are safe. So all these fans is on the court and you looking at one of your teammates down there and you see 4 fans on top of him. He said he ran over there. The dude turned and he said, boom, he hit him.
But you got
What
to
you
understand,
supposed to
right?
do?
The league is going to protect the league,
That's crazy.
right? Even though he won in federal court, the right thing
Well,
to
we
do.
talking about today in 25,
No.
20 years later.
But what
That's
you
so
should
long.
do, I know that. But at the end of the day, like Indiana, the right thing they should have done, the league should have done is after whatever the federal court, whatever it is, you got to look out for him, right?
Thank
but
you.
they penalized him,
Thank you.
right? And they like
Took money
pushed him
from him.
away.
Took money
Took
from him.
money away from it because it doesn't fit with what it looks like. Perception looks. All you see is Jo swinging on somebody.
That's it.
That looks terrible,
Yeah.
right? So what it looks like, the league saying, you good to play. Here's your money, but the league will get bashed. So the league is always going to protect the league, bro.
All the sponsorships.
All the sponsorships, the league will always protect the league.
I'll say this about the situation too, right? Like,
That's crazy.
how are you supposed to react when nobody's protecting you guys? And then, JL made a great point. He didn't have to do all the community stuff he does for Indiana. He treated Indiana like it was his own home, like it was South Carolina. He didn't have to do all that.
He said listen, man, for somebody to say, for us to say as guys who love basketball since we was kids, for him to come out of his mouth and say he didn't love to play.
He hated the game.
He hated the game after.
He hated the game after that. He said, I'm talking about, and he played a few years more after that, and he said he didn't love it no more. He didn't. So you take the love out of something from people because you just feel like you're not appreciated. That's how they made him feel.
Not because you realize the politics.
You
You're
realize
like,
they
yo,
really
what the
don't give a
fuck, bro?
F about you. That's how you feel.
They only care about you when you're on top. That's the reality of it.
There you go.
100%. But that's why I encourage, use the league as much as they use you.
Yeah. No,
And at the
real
end of the
talk.
day, your window of opportunity is very small. You're going to be in the league for X amount of years. Maximize it as much as you can. Bro.
No.
Use them because they using your ass.
What?
You feel me?
100%.
Hey, shout out to JO, man.
Yeah,
Shout
Jay's
out
a
to
good
JO.
solid dude, man.
That's interesting.
Shout out to Big Bro, man.
So yeah, we'll get back to the playoffs, man. What do we got, Cam?
Hey, so going with what I was saying, who is the last? Or are the Pistons the last team that won by committee? Yeah.
No.
Who then? Who you got?
The last team that won by
Well,
committee.
yeah, you can't say committee because I was going to say Dallas, but
Dallas had Dirk.
Derek, yeah.
Dirk was their. Dirk was like,
it
No,
still
you're
was
right.
kind of committee.
no, but like I don't think the Pistons truly got it done by committee.
Committee,
don't have a
yeah,
way.
They
yeah.
still had 1 point. Like Dirk, I need a bucket. Let's go give it to Disco Dirk. Like let's go.
Nah,
give it
but
to
hold
Dirty
on,
Dirk.
hold on now. Detroit had 4 All-Stars.
That was after.
4. Well,
No.
After what?
Wasn't that year they had 4 All Stars? I was a little too
Look
young.
it
I
up.
remember that.
Yes. That year
up.
they had 4 All-Stars.
All right, then maybe it wasn't them. Maybe this might be the first team.
or
Because
Yeah,
if
they had
Detroit,
4.
Detroit had 4 All-Stars now.
They had 4.
And debatable almost 5.
But I'm saying you can
Yeah.
have one All Star and it still would be
Then there's the Dallas Mavericks.
yeah, it'd be mad because you can have one All Star.
No, bro. Ben Wallace is the only one that made the All Star team that year.
What?
In 2004?
Yeah, bro. I'll
So
give
was
you
it
the
next
roster
year?
right now.
So they made it the next year?
Yeah.
So when did it
we
make
got the
it?
answer.
Okay.
McGrady, VC, J.O., Ben Wallace, BD, J Kidd, Michael Redd, Paul Pierce, Ron, Kenyon, and Jamal.
That is it. That is
Come on,
some,
Blue.
Ben Wallace was the only one.
Only
that made
All
it.
Star.
those some names. Boy.
So the next year is when they made it. After they won the first championship.
Because they gave them
The
due
next year.
credit after they won a championship.
Yeah,
You know how it goes.
The politics.
Yeah,
There
so
goes
next-
the politics again.
So next year they had Ben.
Chauncey.
No, they only had one on each side too, bro.
What?
So when was it when it was before?
I think it was 2006 or something like that.
So they ain't giving their props after they won 2 in a row?
negative. Guess not.
That's crazy. Because I
crazy,
do
yeah.
remember all 4 of them making the All-Star
And I
game.
remember
That
they
was
all
1
came
year.
in.
You're right. That was one.
They all
might
came
have
in
been-
at the same time.
Yeah.
I remember that. They
It might have
subbed
been.
in.
Yes, you're right. It was 2006. Chauncey, Rip, Rashid, and Ben were all reserves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was after they won 2.
2 years after. That's 2 years after. But yeah, but so I guess the Pistons were. I mean, but let's actually look at it. There was no superstar. I don't know how to use the term superstar. There was no main option that he's getting the ball every time.
No, you could say superstar because I don't think there wasn't no superstar.
Ray debated that Chauncey is a superstar, so I don't want to get into that debate.
I think Chauncey's a superstar.
So
You don't think
A
Chauncey's a
superstar?
Are we gonna get into that?
we're not going to get into that
We're
debate.
not gonna get into.
But we're
all
gonna
right,
say the first.
You're bugging.
Are
but
they the
all right.
first? Are they going to be the first team that could potentially win that
But-
didn't have a clear number one option? I think is the easy way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Yeah.
you put it that way.
Um.
Because Therese was the only All Star on that team, right? Or was Siakam?
Was he a throw-in?
Tyrese was an All Star.
He was, but I'm saying, but was Siakam All Star or was he? Did he not make it?
I'll double check.
think- not
I'll
this
check
year.
the All Star thing right now.
Tyrese
but
didn't make it this year.
He did.
He made
He
All-Star
did.
game?
He did.
Him and Siakam
I
made
think
it?
They both made it.
Oh, okay.
But was
I know they both
Tyrese?
Actually,
made it.
no,
Tyrese was
no. Siakam made it. Tyrese didn't
That's
make
what I
it.
thought.
Therese
yeah.
didn't make it this
Yeah,
year?
he didn't make it this year.
Unless he
That's
was
what
a
I thought.
reserve, but on this roster,
Nah,
it
he
doesn't
wasn't
say
no
that.
reserve.
He didn't make
He
it.
didn't make it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So yeah, one All Star, but I don't think anybody here would say
struggled early,
Pascal's a
bro.
number
He did
one.
struggle early, yeah.
You might say Tyrese is number one. You might say Pascal's the number one. I think it's Pascal. Who do you think it is
Number
Number
one
one what?
option.
on Indiana?
Number one option?
Yeah, who do you think?
The team.
I think it's Halliburton because he has the ball.
At the end, at the end of the game, who they get the ball to?
Halliburton.
Whoever's open.
No.
No. Halliburton takes
Halliburton.
the last shot every time. What are you talking about? We just saw it the series.
Halliburton's hit almost
And the series
every.
before
He's
that.
hit every game winner they had.
He
this
has
year.
11 of 12 game winners.
But I
this year.
think,
What are you
but
talking about?
hold up. When they needed buckets with 2 minutes left or a minute, ball was going to Pascal. So yes,
Halliburton.
it was going to Pascal as
Halliburton,
well.
Halliburton.
But mostly, like, it was running. It was. I would say this. Look, hold on. It was Halliburton's decision.
No, we're not even
It
going to
was
discuss
Halliburton's
that.
decision. I would say this. It was Halliburton's decision
Yeah.
if he was incorporating Siakam.
Yeah, come over here.
If he wanted the ball,
come over here and
Halliburton
set
was taking
this
the shot,
pick,
and
and
no
if
one
you get
was
open,
involved.
I'm gonna throw it to you
So-
because I'm a point guard. But this ball is in my hands.
So this aside, right? That aside, what original question is this the first team to do a committee since the Pistons? You could argue the Mavericks, but they had Dirk.
Yeah.
You could argue the Warriors, but they had Steph. Although a lot of the teams,
I don't-
it's the same thing as the Dirk championship, where there's a number one, but there's a bunch of players contributing on any given night. Sometimes it's Clay, sometimes it's Poole. You could go with Jokic, and then everybody else contribute. But I don't think there's been a team like this since 2004.
There hasn't.
Yeah, I
That's fair
can
to say.
see that. I can see that because the comparison you made to Detroit was really good. So yeah, I can go with that. They would be. I think so. Which, again, further question: would that make the super team thing be like irrelevant now? Like
It's
we would-
dead.
It'd be dead.
Super teams
The
dead.
3 super teams. Three.
Because I don't.
I don't think you
consider
can afford it for too long. That's the problem.
Because would you consider
So that's
OKC
dead.
a super
That's
team?
dying.
Would you consider OKC a super team?
Not at all.
No, because they were formed the right way.
They've been built.
Draft,
Forget
trades.
if they're formed the right way. Are they a super team? No, they got 2 All-Stars and they got a bunch of really good role players.
Yeah.
Unless Chet evolves into be a third like bona fide
Juggernaut.
All-Star, they're not a super team.
And I think he will.
But not right now. He's not.
No, he's
right
definitely
now.
not there yet.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that Indiana, honestly, either one of these teams winning would change how teams probably make up their teams and how they go about like building teams together. Especially if Indiana wins, it's gonna get
The only super
different.
team in the NBA is not a good team. It was the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, shit. Would you consider Boston win?
No.
No.
Run by 2 All-Stars and a really good bunch of collection of players.
Yeah,
But
I think that shit's dead now.
Phoenix is the only team with 3 guys that you can look at and say they can all go get me 25 or 30 on any given night.
Yeah, that shit's dead. That shit might be dead.
Yeah, that's over with.
Yeah.
That shit don't work no more, bro.
All right. Well, next, what does each one of these teams need to do to win a championship? Starting with Indiana.
Indiana needs to make some adjustments from the jump. They just gonna have to make some adjustments. It's how they respond to when they get punched in the mouth. Because they're gonna get punched in the mouth. We all know that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Indiana's gonna get bop, 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 bing. Some boys gotta be ready and how they're gonna respond.
right there for you.
I think coach. I think RC is obviously the more experienced coach. He will make the correct adjustments. But, I mean, I don't know, man. I think this is a year for Oklahoma, man. They just have better talent on both sides of the court. They just play phenomenally well. But I also think Indiana's going to give them a little run for their money, too, at the same time. It's not going to be a cakewalk, kind of like what they did to Minnesota.
No, it's going to be a cakewalk.
You think it's gonna be a cakewalk?
It's going to be like 2023.
I don't think
It's going to be like Denver versus Miami. It's going to be a cakewalk. That's the way I look at the series.
I mean, you did put money on it, home, so I respect it. I respect your opinion, but
It's going to be a cakewalk.
I got OKC winning, obviously.
yeah, OKC is winning.
But
But we're not saying like
I don't think it. I
perfect world.
But
can't.
what does Indiana have to do?
Let's say like in a perfect world, what would they need to be doing to win?
They can't win.
Come on, bro.
But,
no, they just have to be.
Did any of you guys think that Miami was actually going to beat Denver in
they have
2023?
to be who they are to win. Like they're gonna have to make shots. They're gonna have to defend at a high level,
You have to
and
run the ball the whole time.
and that's
Ray hit the nail on the head. They have to shoot 50% from 3,
They
I
gonna-
believe, if they're going
they're
to
gonna have to play almost perfect every game to beat OKC, and that's why I say it's gonna be hard to beat them because they have to be damn near perfect for 7 games.
And we ain't even talking about how OKC's home crowd is rocking
I
like
was
him and
just
Theo
about to
called
say
it.
that.
They are
I was
not
just
win,
about
they are
to
not
say.
losing at home. So how is Indiana gonna feel going down 2-0?
Bro, it took
But let me tell you something, though, Ray.
hang on, Joker had a historical performance to take them down in game 2, right?
Sure did.
That's what it's going to take.
But Indiana hasn't lost a back-to-back game since March.
Mm.
That's number one. Number two, in every series that they were the away team, they won 2 in a row.
That's why I said, what are they
beat the
going
Knicks.
to do? How they going to feel
Cleveland,
when they go down 2-0?
Milwaukee.
They
How
going
they
down
gonna
2-0.
feel? Huh?
They going down 2-0.
You think? I don't think they lose 2
So
in a
hold
row.
up. Are you comparing those teams to the OKC Thunder?
I'm saying that they're gonna split in Oklahoma.
They going to split in Oklahoma? Oh, he looked like he want to bet. Is that a bet? That ain't just-
Let's do it. Let's do it. You hear?
Hunch?
To the Baja first.
Hunch.
Hundo. There you go.
I just
Hunch,
lost my hunch.
what's the bet? Hold on. We gotta get on wax. Specific. What is the bet? I need both sides to agree.
100.
The
that- he
bet
said
is
they gonna
100. I
split.
think they
Ray
split.
said they go.
He
They,
think they go 1-1. I said they going 2-0.
I think they split.
First game 2-0.
All right, so we agree.
For
So there's
sure.
no confusion.
Ain't no
So there's
confusion.
no confu-
If they
Indiana's
lose
gonna
the first
keep.
game, when I come in here, you getting a hunch.
Indiana's gonna keep doing what they haven't lost back-to-back games since March, and I'm gonna stick to that.
I got you, but that's why I
They-
said how they going to feel going down 2-0. It's never happened to them, so I feel like their back is going to be against the wall and they're going to crumble.
bro, they haven't run into OKC 2 games in a row.
I know. I don't know why I did this bet.
Hey, you ready? You shook on it. It's on wax.
Yeah, it's on wax.
on
I got no
wax.
problem. I lose $100.
It's
Tax
on
write
wax.
off.
He got it.
Tax right off to the Baja.
He got it. You see that car
Little
outside?
business expense.
I need your business. I need your business
I think
account.
so. Back to what Ray was saying. The only way they win is if they shoot 40 plus from three.
They have to.
That they have to do that.
Yeah.
From the
But you know,
field, too.
there's probably a game. That's why game
Okay,
5.
she can. Indiana can defend down too now.
Yeah, they can.
They can defend.
Yeah.
You
Who
don't
have,
think so?
who have they defended against?
I just know when it was time to defend and when it came to crunch time against the Knicks, they locked up Brunson.
But what did Ray say earlier in the show? They're easy to
Nate
defend.
Smith, that Neymar and Nate Smith being all physical, that ain't working with Shaq.
And
It ain't working with Shaq.
and
He gonna get them fouls.
And is New York
He gonna get them fouls.
New York
How
was
to get
easy to
them
defend,
fouls,
right or wrong. Jalen's gonna stop the ball, like you said. I'm sorry to say, but Don would do some stuff similar. Like, this is just a different team they haven't really faced in this
It's a
playoffs.
different team.
Bro, anybody in OKC can get you buckets. Like the Pacers.
But they move the ball. They move.
That's
they,
what I'm saying.
they
It's just
play,
a different
They
matchup.
almost play the same way. They almost play the same way.
But OKC's bigger.
OKC bigger and better.
Bigger, better, stronger, whatever you want to say.
All right.
It's gonna be a series.
I still
it's
think
not.
they split.
5.
No.
Huh?
I still think they split.
It's-
in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's not going. It's gonna be 6, bro.
It's going to be 5.
6.
That's a series, though. 6 is a series.
6 is a series.
5 and 5 is not a series.
I just think
Yeah, it's
RC, bro. RC, he'll figure it out.
Bro, look.
What about your fellow UConn alum?
He gonna figure it
I
out.
mean, they're gonna win.
He
Like,
gonna figure it
we're not saying Indiana's gonna win.
out. No, he said RC going to figure it out.
I think RC will figure it out where it's not a sweep, boy.
If RC go to 6
what I'm
games,
saying.
we gonna have some
Dang,
talks
Dre's
about
insulting
how good
Doris and
Chris
RJ
is.
right now.
Because again,
Going out there,
if
right.
RC even takes it to the
said
6, we'll have to have
what?
talks.
So we talked about last show how we went from Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy to Doris and RJ.
So we gotta really listen to RJ and Doris Burke for
Not good.
at least 4 games.
Cam calls it stepped on product,
It is
bro.
stepped on product. The product is stepped on.
Hey, we said it before, but I'm excited for NBC to come back. MJ on the cast.
Oh yeah.
Yo, somebody said MJ's
Real
coming
gambler
back
back.
towards the end of LeBron's career.
Oh, he's
He's
ready.
there.
Hey, watch.
Hey, why you always trying to stir up
Do
controversy,
you
bro?
think?
Because
I'm
real.
just
That's what we're
saying.
here for.
I'm just throwing it
We
out
getting to the
there.
Baja. We getting to the
I'm just
Baja.
throwing it out there.
We getting to the Baja.
All of a sudden, now he wants to be back on NBC when LeBron's was out. Oh, out?
Do you know what the comments were in the chat in the
No.
post?
Something to think about.
They were hilarious. They're like, "That's how we know the recession's here. MJ needs to get a job." I was dying. I was like, "That's crazy."
Hey, he in that gambling
Trust me,
debt, bro.
trust me, that's one man that don't need a job.
I know he don't need a job.
Don't need a job. You
I
damn
don't know,
right.
but we know that's one man who be betting a lot though.
That's what been hot.
We know he be betting a lot though.
Yeah, you do, but he ain't lose. He ain't lose all that.
He ain't lose Billy. Couple
Hey.
Billy. He got couple Billy.
No, that's cool.
But on the other end, so what does OKC need to do to win?
Be
Keep
themselves.
just do what you've been doing
Show up
all
like,
year round.
Don't stop anything.
Just show up. Just show up and be them. That's what.
No. With all due respect with OKC have to keep that same hunger. Don't look at Indiana. Oh, we don't beat them twice
Yeah.
during the regular season. We are about to run through them. Don't do that because Indiana is not the team to mess around with.
True.
So if OKC do continue to do what they've been doing all year round, they'll be fine. They'll win the series, but don't overlook Indiana Pacers.
Basically says don't get too comfortable.
Don't get too comfortable.
But I'm saying that's what I'm saying. If they do what they did in the last series, they'll be fine. That's the way I look
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah, if they blitz him like that, yeah.
On a side note, Nakari asked, shout out to Nakari as always, what you getting, bro?
What
What
the
you
whip?
getting?
Oh,
What
the
you getting for the
video's
whip?
dropping. The video's gonna
All right,
drop.
we gotta wait for the Instagram video.
Yeah, wait for the gram
Oh,
to
you talking
drop.
about the whip?
Yeah, it's already here.
He got the whip.
Yeah, I got it.
You
Yeah,
got a new
I know
whip?
what it
Yeah, I
is.
got a
Then
new
we
whip.
talked about this.
Hey, I'm
Hold
going
on.
to get
Is
one
it-
too. I don't
Yeah,
even
I
want to
got
know
a
what
new
you
whip.
whip.
Oh,
Yes.
it's not this right here, right?
No.
No. That's old. That's old.
That's old. That's
Oh,
old.
my fault.
That's old.
I'm
work.
just
He been
speaking
here.
Ray.
I don't,
Yeah.
Ray, have you been locked in the socials? He bet Lala.
I bet the wife. Shout out to the wife. I saw the wife
Pacers
in the
versus the
comments.
Knicks. Whoever won got a new thing.
Yeah, wifey
got a new
bought me a
whip.
car.
She bought you a whip?
Yeah.
Oh man!
got
I mean,
like
he
that
won
too
the
now.
bet. I know. I
You
see.
damn right. And I'm gonna collect too.
I know that's right.
I know where she lives.
You gonna send your people to the dome?
You feel me? I was gonna send my people to
We'll
the
send him
whole
off the gold field too.
Leave the house. I gotta go to the grocery store. Get back.
Yeah, so the video's dropping. As a matter of fact, the video's dropping tomorrow, man.
Video dropping tomorrow.
Video dropping
We,
tomorrow,
Look,
man.
look,
Stay
we
tuned.
streets waiting on that.
if y'all miss on Charlie's socials, we about to post it on
Oh, you're gonna repost?
Baja.
Okay, show me some love.
we'll show some love on the show too.
Okay,
We'll
okay,
back to the
okay.
show.
To the
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. We're gonna have a
Show
segment.
me some love.
I'm gonna make a segment just for that.
Okay.
Hey, you got a car courtesy of a little bet.
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah,
And it's
we
fire, by the
We
way.
always gotta recap the
It's
best onto the Baja.
fucking
You told me
fire.
about it. I'm excited to see
I'm
it.
thinking about changing our bet. Then you want to put a car on it?
Nah, we do little soft hunts.
Good soft hundo.
We do that one. None of that smoke. Nope.
No, yeah,
I'm
that's
good.
Because that's not a favorable bet.
Yeah.
Good.
But
Okay.
He already thinks he lost the bet, bro.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why you bet if you thought you lost it.
Because I'm stubborn like that sometimes, man.
feeling generous?
I like, yeah.
Lala in the chat.
You see Lala in the
Yeah,
chat? You know, I mean, sometimes I'm a risk taker, man. You know, scared money don't make no money. Cam, you hurt?
Hey, yeah, you sure?
You feel me? So I gotta throw a little bet out there, a little soft $100. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna lose, but it's all right. Boy for fight. Never know.
Never know.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Cam.
Risky.
So I'm taking the shot. See what happens.
Okay. Look, I might throw 100 away too. I won't. But anyways, first time both teams in the finals didn't play on Christmas Day since 2007,
Hold on, how did OKC not make it on the Christmas Day?
which is crazy. They were the best team in the NBA last year. Or second team.
Bro, they were on Christmas Day when KD was there.
That's KD though, a bigger
That's
name.
KD.
At the time.
Shea is a big name, bro.
At the time.
But that's just to show you
Again,
what the league thinks
At
of
the
Shea.
time, remember KD was the MVP already.
Didn't I just say the
Shining when
league is a
MVP.
business?
Look.
I know the league is a business, but
Okay, do you want to see
Calm.
KD or do you want to see Shea?
hold on.
Right
hold
now.
on. Hold on. We talking about OKC not even making one game. We're not talking about 1 for 1. There's fucking 5 games. They were the best team in the league last year, record-wise.
Second best.
No, they won the most games last year, didn't they?
Boston.
Okay, they won the second most games. They're the best team in the
Boston
West.
won the most games last year?
Boston was dominant as fuck.
I thought Thing did. I thought
No,
OKC.
Boston dominated last year.
But it's just to
anyway.
show you what the league thinks of OKC. Don't matter what the numbers are, they're doing great. They're playing phenomenal basketball. At the end of the day, on Christmas Day, do you want to see Shea or do you want to see KD?
And I'm not saying again.
Come
They
on.
had Joel Embiid on here. They had Wemby. They had the Knicks.
Wemby's
You'll pay to see
Lakers,
Wemby.
yeah, I
International
guess so.
superstar, bro.
They had the Mavericks, Luka.
Yeah, Kyrie.
And Mavericks went to
But
the
the Sixers,
championship.
I guess you put the Sixers over OKC barely. That's nasty.
I'm gonna say this though. You gotta remember, KD had MVP already. Shea didn't win MVP till right now. They'll be in Christmas next year.
They'll be on Christmas next
And
year.
the rest of Shea, as long as Shea there now, they'll be in Christmas. I'm just saying.
The real
KD won
question
the
is
MVP
Indiana
first.
make it to the Christmas? Oh, because I guess it's the finals rematch. They won't make it.
Yeah,
They'll make it.
They probably shouldn't be, but it's all good.
Indiana will be there. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately. I like Indiana, but
The Knicks would be there. The Lakers would be there. Golden State would be there.
No, by the way,
Celtics probably gonna be there.
By the way, he
Well,
did not have MVP when they made it. In 2011, the OKC Thunder were on a Christmas game. He didn't get an MVP, and they didn't make the finals yet. So, just so you know.
Wow.
Because KD's that electric. I get it.
Yeah.
Not mad at that.
And you got Russ. That's when Russ was on the
Bro,
team.
they also played in 2010 on Christmas.
KD was like that though.
That's
I ain't gonna lie.
KD, Russ.
I get
You know
it.
what I'm saying? KD,
James Harden? Was that James Harden's era?
Also, look, KD had a memorable shoe.
He was a rookie that year.
KD had a memorable shoe. He was already
No,
known
I agree with you.
superstar.
I'm just saying Shea is also Shea.
Oh yeah,
And the
I'm
best team in
not.
the-
I'm not taking away from Shea at all. I'm
Hey,
just
but this
letting
is
you know.
like and I had this argument with Toronto people all the time. It's like, it's a business. Why the hell would they put Toronto on national television?
Yeah, we don't want to put no freaking Canadians.
Bro, like,
Put Canadians, Canada.
It's an American
And then
sport.
what-
This is America,
the
bro.
viewership
America.
is no,
What the fuck is
but
y'all talking
the
about?
viewership is gonna be from Canada. Who the hell cares? They only care about American viewership. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
anyways, we move on to the next topic.
Yeah, move to the next topic.
Y'all funny as shit. All right, let's get into some free agency.
I'm a little upset.
Wait,
Oh
real
no,
quick.
I was cool with it.
Real quick. Any more on playoff basketball before we move forward?
Say it again.
Any more on playoff?
Everybody's predictions for the series. Let's do that quick. I got 4-1. OKC.
4-2 OKC.
4-2. OKC.
Shoot. All right. Everybody got OKC.
I want Indiana to win, but
I really want to.
I don't think it'll happen.
OKC too.
But
What's with the bet,
shit.
Ray?
The series numbers.
I already bet you on that.
We bet me on what?
We have the series
That's
number.
the whole.
Oh, we already got a bet on that?
Yeah, I said less
Ray,
than
you,
five.
Ray, you got about
that?
5 bets
Double
right
that?
now. He got 5 bets right.
If it's
Double it up.
if it's 5 or less, Ray, I get a hundo. If it's more than 5, you get a hundo. That was our bet from time. That's on wax.
Yeah,
That's
no,
on
yeah, no,
wax.
Ray, trust me, we following all your bets. We got it on wax. That's all I'm asking. Does everybody understand?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I
You said
really,
I got 5
I
bets,
want
you ain't got
Indiana.
5.
You got
to
about like
win,
3.
bro.
No, that's the only
He got two. He got
You got
two.
two? Okay, I'm tripping.
I want Indiana to win, bro, to keep it real.
Bro,
do
hold
too.
up. Nakari got 4-2 Pacers, bro. You have to let us know why you think the Pacers are winning.
4-2 Pacers.
Look,
That's
I want that
insane.
to happen, but it won't.
That'll be fire.
If Pacers win, it's gonna be 7.
This guy gonna be in Indiana
Oh,
celebrating.
from head to toe, Indiana.
Are
Gear.
you gonna travel
And
down for the
I'm going to
championship party?
Indiana. I'll go to Indiana.
I'm gonna
for
need
sure.
Indiana to make me a scout though, because I definitely call Trees Halliburton bit that guy.
All right.
But I just don't see it.
So 4-2, 4-2, 4-2, 4-1. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing.
Free agency, boys. So listen, what we're gonna do. I'm gonna name some names, and then we're gonna see who's the best fit for these free agents and how much money do we think they will command in this market. You got it?
All right, good.
Starting off, we got Nas Reed.
He up?
He up.
Houston, 22 year.
He's
He's 25.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it. I like it.
He's
Houston.
about 20 to 25 mil.
I want him to go to Houston. Spread the floor with Amen.
I like it.
Give Sengun some space to work.
He definitely shouldn't go back to Minnesota.
He shouldn't.
I
It's
actually
time
still
for
like
to
him in
go.
Minnesota. They just can't afford
I
him.
like him, but they got to either keep Jew and Nikhil, which we're gonna get to.
Not
too.
that they can't afford. It's just he's always gonna be that dude coming off the bench.
Odd guy out.
So I like him in Houston.
That's why he got to
He
go
can
to.
flourish, and he helps Sengun.
And Amen.
I
spread
like
the
him.
floor.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I like that Houston. Okay,
that's
Hong?
okay. Okay, GM Hong.
Hong, yeah, you might have to look at you being a GM somewhere.
No, definitely not.
Nah, all right.
Definitely not.
Nah, Hong would
trying to look
trade
out for
niggas mid lunch just because they say some crazy shit.
That's
Hong-
crazy.
You would.
That's crazy.
You ain't denying it.
That's crazy. What y'all got any destinations for Nas?
I got
LA?
one.
I don't.
You don't.
LA?
I'm saying
Lakers?
I don't have no destination for him.
Lakers?
They need a bid.
They do need a big. Spread the floor a little bit. But it's not the big that they really need.
Yeah, they don't need a spread the floor big. They need somebody who can.
I mean,
roll
AD kind
hard,
of spread the
catch a
floor.
lob.
I have
He
an.
did,
It's a
but
poor man's version of AD.
my fault.
Oh, you good.
A poor man's version of AD. Nas can't sit down.
Hey, yo.
Come on, bro. That one was uncalled for. That one was uncalled for.
All right, bro.
Hey, yo.
All right, bro.
No, you're right. Defensively,
it's not even a
It's
comparison.
not even a comparison.
I got two teams.
You're right.
Go
about
ahead.
that. I think the Rockets is a good pick.
Oh, I think Rockets might be the best. I have two other teams that could work. I think the Rockets might be the best.
Phoenix?
Said that. I was gonna say Phoenix.
I don't mind him on Phoenix,
I
but
would say
He
Phoenix.
can flourish in Phoenix.
what's your second team?
No one's thinking about it, but I think maybe even Atlanta.
I was thinking that. I was looking at my head.
Atlanta.
I swear to you.
I think Atlanta.
I like him with Trey.
It makes it fun. With Trey, I think he can be almost a
Get a
29
little
scorer.
bag, him, Jalen Johnson, and Trey. It'd be a fun team to watch.
Dyson.
Atlanta is not sexy, bro.
It doesn't have to be sexy.
We
We're
don't
talking about where should
we talking
Nas
about
want to
winning
go.
games, bro. We talking about winning games. If I'm a GM, I'm talking about winning games. I don't have to be sexy.
If you put Nas on a wing for you,
I don't think Atlanta.
Open up
Cleveland
the
ain't
floor for
sexy.
Trey?
Cleveland ain't
They're not
sexy.
gonna get better than what they did now.
Yes, they will.
I think they would be better.
They won't be a playing team. They'll be
I
a
think they'd
playoff team.
They'll be a play in.
They'll be a
or
playoff
play
team.
out.
I'll play out.
That's crazy.
All right, next name. Let's go to the next name.
Play it or play
That's
out.
funny. All right, Ty Jerome,
Ooh, that's a good one.
because his value right now is low. Oh, we didn't do the price, but it's fine with us. We didn't do like how much money. He did say the price though.
I'd give Ty like
What's his
15 a
price?
year
He said 22 a year for Nas.
20. Well, no,
for
for
Nas.
Nas.
For Nas.
No, that's what
I'll say around 12 to 15.
15?
12 to 15. He had a bad playoffs.
He
but
would've got 20
you look
if
at
he played
regular
well.
That
season,
hurt him.
if
He would've had 20
That's why I
easy.
have him around 12 or 15.
He would have had 20 easy. I think the most he can command, like a bad team will give him 17.
He going to 12 or 15 to Utah. I'm calling it right now.
Utah's nasty.
I didn't say he'd go to sexy
But
team.
He fits the personnel over
Yeah,
there.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Utah.
he might go to because they'll give
Yeah,
him the
he
most
fits the
money.
personnel.
They'll
but
give him
like,
the most money. They might give him
He
17.
need to go to DC.
Anybody can go to DC.
nasty
DC.
word. DC is disgusting.
Charlotte.
No, Charlotte don't need him. Charlotte's got.
I don't
got
think
Brandon
DC
Miller.
needs him. I don't think
He should
DC
go
ain't
wherever they
need
give
him.
him the most money. And it's going to probably be a bad team.
I would collect
So just go ahead.
because they can't keep three of the same players on Cleveland.
Which color got money? Orlando.
I don't like him on
Nah,
Orlando.
I don't like him in Orlando.
Why? He can shoot. He can run your offense.
I will say
You think he
this.
fits with Jamal in terms of defensive? How
I
they
will
play
say
hard?
this though. They need a
With
pure
Jamal
point
Mosley?
guard though.
I think so.
They need a pure point guard.
And you still keeping him in the
I don't
same
know if
role,
you need a pure point guard.
coming off the bench role, right?
No, I think he's a starter if you're paying him that much money.
To me, the reason why
On a
they-
bad team. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm giving them a Utah.
I mean,
He gonna be a fringe starter / 6-man. Like he gonna be on that role. That's what I see.
He's going to get cooked
He gonna be
if
cooked.
he's a starter. He on every defensive scheme,
Well,
put him on the page.
Then why would I give him $15 million a year?
I don't know why.
His value is gonna be between 12 to 20 if a team really wants to sign him.
like I said, I think
Do you
I think
he's
a bad team
starter
will give
in
him
the league?
17.
I don't think.
I don't think so either. I think he's going to want a bad team and be a starter. That's what
I think he could be a 6-man on a pretty good team. I think what he gives is good. He's just you can't with Cleveland. You can't have 3 of the same players on the team. They have 2 other players who are just like him.
Yeah.
No, I like him on a bad team.
I like him on a bad team too. I personally think he goes to
You know who he reminds me of?
who?
Grievous Vasquez.
Wow,
That's a fucking name.
that's a name.
That's a name.
That's
man.
a
But Grievous Vasquez was a dog.
He was a dog.
Ty
He
Jerome
was a dog, but Ty Jerome's a dog too. He doesn't have a good
More
playoff
like a
series.
Chihuahua,
All right.
not a dog.
But their games are very similar.
Yeah, he's a poodle.
Poodles.
Gold,
He might well not be a
retriever.
dog.
Would you say their games are not similar?
No,
No.
No?
Grievous Vasquez would talk shit. Would
I'm
give
talking
you
about
your
the
ass
actual
for fucking-
game, not the attitudes.
Well, he's
Both bigger guards,
Same
both can
thing.
shoot it, both can pass it. Like I'm just saying, like the games kind of remind me of each other a little bit.
Okay.
You didn't play with Grievous, right?
I played against him. Yeah, I did. He was with what team was he with? Venezuelan team
Yeah,
in FIBA.
think so.
FIBA.
All right, next name.
All right. I like this name a lot. Quinn Grimes.
Stay in Philly.
Yeah,
Stay put. You just
Yeah,
have the
stay
money
put.
though to give because he can get some money.
He gonna get a little bit.
He can be re-signed. I'm pretty sure.
He
if
get
Philly
about
wants
10 to
keep him.
12.
He can
But,
get more
yeah.
than 10 and 12.
coming off the bench.
I don't think so.
You think he can't?
I don't think so. I think he'll get between. I think get an Aaron Nesmith deal around 11,
He was
12.
put in a role where he had to score. He got a chance to showcase his talent, but they ain't about to give him no
You think he stays in Philly?
$15 plus $1 million.
Yeah.
A bad team will. A bad team
I
will.
don't really think so because most bad teams are trying to go young.
He's
He's young. bro.
He's the same age as me.
He's young, but he's been in the league for a minute. He been in the league because he was in New York, bro, for a couple of years.
He was in Dallas.
He's in 4. This is 4. That was his 4th
5.
year. This is his 4th year. I'm pretty sure. Is it?
He started in 21, so he's a free agent this year.
Yeah,
Makes
it's
sense.
4 years.
4 years, okay.
Yep. I listen. He's between 8 to 15, depending on what his bidding price is.
8 is. I think he leaves at 10.
I mean, I would take
I think 10
8
to 15.
If I'm Quentin, I would take 8 to go to Golden State.
Yeah.
And showcase my talent more. Like he's anywhere between that.
I
depending on what team.
think Golden State's a good fit. I think Golden State.
Boy, you got to be a Steph Curry kind of guy.
I think he's that type of guy.
Yeah, I think he
I
fits.
think
them
he
all.
play with that system. I mean, same thing
Yeah,
with
it's
Don.
that.
Same thing with Dante. Dante took a big pay cut, and then look what happened after he left Golden State. He signed a big deal with New York. Yeah. It's kind of the same case.
Yeah, I like it. I think I agree. I think he should stay in Philly, get another year with the guys being healthy, and see how he fits in that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So sign a 1 year deal.
I don't think in the 1 year deal.
I think a 2.
You got to take security.
Because you need shooters around Embiid.
Does Embiid even suit up this year?
You need floor spacing.
Does who shoot up?
Embiid,
Remember, he had a microscopic knee surgery.
bro. They're saying he might be out for a lot of this year, from what I last remember. I don't
had
know
a
about anything.
microscopic-
recent.
Microscopic
That's true.
knee
Like,
surgery.
It's time if that's true.
Yeah, it's time to go.
It's time to.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't think you can do anything else though. I think you got to give him at least 1 year and see what he looks like.
We say that every year.
No, I'm talking about. So let me rephrase that. I don't think you'll get anything for Joel because he's injured, right?
You don't think you can get some?
He's injured. I don't
You
think
can
teams
guess.
are going to give a
He
lot
had
of assets.
microscopic
yeah.
knee
If
surgery.
he's hurt,
bro. That
That's what I'm
sounds real
saying.
bad.
If he's hurt, so it's like I don't think you can get a lot of assets for him. So you might as well just see what it looks like in 16
Yeah.
months, right? And give it a try and see what it looks like, rather than just sell him for parts.
Or just wait until he gets healthy and then get rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But then if he looks good,
He
you're
does.
running it back and seeing what it looks like. That's my whole point.
I don't know. That's
I
think
know,
you
bro.
sell him when the
The
value's
trust the
high.
process is over with.
Yeah, I think you sell him when the value's high because he's aging.
you can't use that word no more.
You can't even use
Trust
them.
the
Get
process
rid of
has
the
changed.
process.
Speaking of knees, Peter, played a clip of Kawhi.
When the injury stuff came down, how they didn't fight for him in public. Like Tony had an injury,
That was the
and
end.
Tony was out a long time.
That was the end.
Kawhi never said nothing. There was question about why Kawhi was out, and Tony was like, "Well, I had the same injury, and I came back questioning if he really hurt on national TV." That pushed him right out the door. For those that didn't know,
Hey,
Damn.
what do y'all think about that? Let's first thoughts.
I mean, he did want out. And he made it very clear at that time that he wanted out. So
But do you think
why don't look like that tight? So something obviously.
to just like just want to up and leave for no reason?
Yeah, something had to be said. So something pissed him off where he like, all right, forget that. I don't want to be here anymore.
Do you think that it would have, like, say, put yourself in that perspective, right? If you're really hurt, like you really hurt, and someone is like with the same injuries, like questioning your, like, how would that make you feel as a teammate? Like,
Piss.
And
I would have called
let's
Tony.
put in
I would have called Tony Parker and told him I am hurt.
we all know.
let's
Tony-
put in
Tony my
perspective
boy,
too.
though.
Tony's probably his vet.
That's his,
Like he
yeah,
came in the league with him too.
True.
Yeah.
'Cause Kawhi, this is like, again, this is early Kawhi. This is Kawhi like played with like 5-6 seasons there, so this still early Kawhi.
Oh, he should have went in.
Should went in on him.
Oh, he should have called Tony. Hey man, I'm holler
Put them
at you.
paws on him.
Remember,
No.
because Tony was going on San Antonio like a
Don't
year or
put-
two after that.
Don't put the pause on him.
He went
but
to
like,
Charlotte.
Let me holler at you though.
Let me holler at you real
Let me
quick.
talk to you. Let me talk
But it's tough though as a young player to do that to a vet. That's tough.
And
Still a
in,
man.
and in public.
But you gotta remember,
He
this
put
is,
it- he put
Kawhi,
it out
Kawhi was a
publicly.
Finals MVP on this team though.
So let's actually put in perspective. How would you guys feel? You're a vet. Let's say Jalen Rose called you out in public for being hurt. You probably go, what the
I would have said my two piece for sure because I don't got into it with him before.
Because it's not like you just some like this is Kawhi Leonard who won the Finals MVP against LeBron James. This is not like just some guy on your team, like just some young guy. This is Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, but it's also Tony Parker.
Yeah.
True.
Right,
I'm not
so
saying that- I'm
it's
not saying
tough.
that-
Like
Yo,
I'm saying,
vet,
I'm saying they both should command respect. Both guys deserve respect.
he's your vet. He's an all-star. He's, considered at this time one of the best point guards in the league.
True.
On a winning team, winning organization. So,
But correct me if I'm wrong too. Though this is later Tony Parker work. The next year he was in Charlotte.
I just wasn't never a fan of teammates calling each other out to the media.
In
If you got a
public.
problem with something,
public, yeah.
holler at me at the locker room. Call me. Hit me up.
And
Let's
I
go out to
think it's-
dinner. Let's figure this shit out. Why
I
we
think
gotta
it's
call my?
interesting.
Why
I
you
think
gotta
it's-
put that shit out in the media?
we can have the conversation man to man.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting, especially with how we know Spurs culture to be, that's how it went down there. Because, Pop runs a pretty nice ship. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was like, that's kind of a surprising thing.
Hey, shout out to Pop, man. The more stories I hear about Pop after his retirement, class act.
Yeah.
great dude.
Class
yeah.
act.
Yeah.
That's something I thought this was a very surprising report. Like, that's how it went down.
Kevin Lucas asked to Ray and Charlie, how do y'all feel about teams misdiagnosing players? Because that happens quite a bit.
I got misdiagnosed. I can share a story. That was a good question. My Milwaukee, I just got traded to Milwaukee my second year. I was sick, by the way. Toronto did me dirty, huh?
We know.
Toronto did me dirty. I was sick, but I made the most out of my Milwaukee situation. I ended up really loving my stay there. But anyways, my first year there, I tore my labrum, and I remember my right shoulder. And I remember, like, my shoulder's not right. And I saw the team doctor. They evaluated me. They never told me I had a tear. They said, they just, give an injection, give you a cortisone shot, and, with some treatment, rehab, you should be fine. I'm like, bro, there's something wrong. So I kept playing with this. This is my shooting arm. And I'm like, let me go get a second opinion. Fuck that. Something's wrong. Come to find out, I had a complete tear in my shoulder. And you can
How long were
clearly
you playing for?
And I mean, I had surgery in March, so I've been playing. And I think it happened sometime like in December-ish. So I was playing, and I was getting shots. I got like multiple times. Got some cortisone shots, but the shots wear off after a while. So and then I go get a second opinion, and complete is like, "Are you serious?" That the doctor was like, "Are you for real?" Like I had a complete tear, and he shows me where the tear is. He's like, "Bro, you have a complete tear. They let you play with this?" And that's when I shut it down, And I got the proof like, wow, how can you guys tell me? Like I got into it with like, how can you guys tell me to keep playing? I got a complete tear, and y'all guys don't correct this, don't even tell me. So I always recommend it's good to get a second opinion because some of these doctors are on the payroll of these teams. And
Their best interest for you to play.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you have to take care of you. The league is always going to take care of themselves. The team is always going to take care of themselves. You have to take care of you. And always seek second opinions because you will get the best diagnosis that way.
Were you playing well with that torn shoulder?
I played through. I was young. I was a young pup.
No, but I'm saying, were you shooting well?
I was shooting that thing. That's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot. But it was in pain. But when you take the shots, you don't feel it for the next 2 weeks. But then it's going to come right back. So, yeah, man, it was one of those things where I definitely had to get a second opinion. And lo and behold, there was a tear. And then at that point, okay, let's give him surgery now. You know what I'm saying? So it was some bullshit, though, but.
How about you, Ray?
Yeah, you get that second opinion.
I have no stories like that.
Good. That's good. Yeah.
I've been hearing those more lately.
I mean, the Derek Lively situation, I heard was something similar like that. They didn't know how bad his foot situation actually was. But hey.
Someone said facts. Now he can overhead press 100-pound dumbbells. You know Coach B-Dot?
Coach B-Dot. Yeah,
sounds like he knows you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my peoples.
Your peoples?
Yeah, what's up, Brandon?
Hey.
Appreciate you showing some love.
Speaking,
I'm not gonna lie though, after the surgery though, my right shoulder I might need it on my left, to be honest, but my right shoulder's been good ever since, man.
That's what's up.
what?
Oh, one more thing too. Maybe there's too much information.
Oh, no. What?
You guys ever wipe your ass with your left hand?
Okay. I'm left-handed, so
That's some bullshit, bro.
I'm left-handed.
That's some bullshit.
What?
You right-handed, right?
Yeah,
Wipe your hands with your left hand when you take a shit when you go home.
I do.
With your left hand?
Yeah.
He ambidextrous with the shit.
Oh, okay. You talented like that. You gifted. Oh, you gifted. Okay.
Gifted is nuts.
Okay, right?
Gifted with
That
the
was
shit.
the hardest. I ain't gonna lie. That was the hardest shit I had to do. There's no pun intended.
Gifted with the shit.
Hey, yo.
We
learning how to do shit with
to the
your
shit
left
here
hand?
into the Baja.
That was crazy, bro. That was-
fucking crazy.
Yeah, we get to the shits here. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
you do it with your left hand?
Yeah.
You gifted?
He ambidextrous with the shits, man.
That's
Charlie's so amazed right now.
That's word. That's crazy.
Said word.
My bad. That might
How
have
did
been
we
too much.
get here?
No, he
How did we
just
get
tried.
here?
My bad. I don't know how we got here, but I just got deja vu. That's it. You started talking about my injuries and shit, and then I started thinking about all the shit I had to do and learn.
during
to
your
do
injury?
My injury, I had to do a lot of shit with my left hand. 'Cause I couldn't do it with my
Are
right.
you now ambidextrous with the shits as well?
Nah, bro, that shit was the worst, bro. I had this shit all in my hand and shit.
Hey. Anyways.
Oh,
Hey,
no,
Ray, I have a question for you.
Oh, my bad.
Ray,
Oh, my
Ray,
bad.
hey, cut his mic off. Cut his mic.
Oh, cut his mic
Ray.
off.
Hey,
Ray?
you look-
Oh,
not the shitty head.
My
Oh,
fault, my bad. That
gosh.
was too much. That was too much.
Yo,
too much.
That's my fault. That's my fault.
never touch me with that hand.
That's my
Anyways,
fault.
not
That's
shaking
my
my
fault.
anyways, let's get to you sports.
My
Ray,
Throw his shirt
Ray,
away.
specifically Ray.
Good, my G. You good?
Nah, I'm straight.
All right. You gonna leave me hanging?
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God. Specifically Ray.
What's up?
LeBron James has an issue with the current state of youth sports.
Okay.
Me and my guys, we ran track and field as well when we were like super duper young. You know, we played football all the way, American football all the way through high school. We didn't just cap it at one thing, you just did one thing all year round. And I think a lot of kids burn the hell out. You just tell them to do okay, I'm gonna just do this one all year round. I'm just play basketball or just play volleyball or just play soccer all year round. You burn out, you know, at 22, 23, 24, you know, because you've just been doing it
Or
since
younger.
or younger.
13,
Yeah,
70%.
13. They start, they say, fuck the hell with it. I'm done. I don't even want to play no more. You know, so I don't think putting a cap on these kids, being able to, they should be able to just explore, man.
Do they still play on the playground in Slovenia?
Not much.
Even there, it's still more programmed now.
That's just so funny. But yeah, how do you feel about that statement, Ray? I know you've been in youth sports.
I totally agree. I think kids should play multiple sports as young kids and play really till they get in high school. Some even play through high school. Just play everything and then just see, you know, which one is the best situation for you, which one you love. But kids today don't do traditional basketball training, basketball just going outside and hoop. We played at the parks. There wasn't no basketball gyms open. You feel me? There wasn't no basketball gyms open.
It was a privilege to play in the gym back then.
Exactly.
Facts.
So, like, I could drive through every neighborhood in Dallas right now. I don't see no kids outside. To me, that's a problem.
True, and it's summertime.
To me, that's a problem. No kids is outside. You know why? Because they got social media.
They got
They got video games. They got laptops, iPads. They got these cell phones. They got all these gadgets, but going outside and really enjoying being a kid. And I tell these kids all the time, y'all better enjoy this shit because when you get to the real world, when you get bills, when you get just responsibilities, you feel me? So the youth is just, they, unfortunately, like, I know things are going to grow, things are going to advance, but I think some of the traditional things shouldn't change, like going outside and just being a kid, bro.
Yeah, just go ahead and run barefooted outside in the woods.
I'm just saying, like, feel me? I mean, I ain't gonna say in the woods because you know, it's a lot of
built like
coyotes.
you, Ray?
There's a lot of coyotes out here.
They
You
ain't
know,
built like you, Ray.
nah, they ain't built like me. But but my little man, even with my little Raymond, like, go outside, and play, go run around, like, we take him over to the park and let him go play. But it's just the concept now, man, of the youth sports is just parents and stuff are like pimping out their kids. Like, it's just crazy, man. You know, parents are taking money just for a tournament for that weekend, selling their sons, selling their kids. Even I'm pretty sure it's going on in the girls' basketball too. Like, hey, man, we'll give you $1,000, you know, and pay for your trip. You know, get you a rental car. We'll do all this for you. You know what I'm saying? Just to come play with our team this weekend. Like, this stuff is really going on. And I ain't talking about older kids. I'm talking about, like, grassroots. Like, young kids. They're taking money at 10 years old.
I mean, the game has changed.
It's crazy.
The game has changed.
NIL
But
is
it's
crazy.
not like
Start
shit like
early
this was
now.
happening back in the day now, right?
It was.
You don't got paid to go play at Nike camp or rebound or ABCD camp.
We ain't gonna talk about that. But
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
ABCD camp.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
But like, I think what Ray, I mean, what LeBron's saying too is like, yo, you're training as a pro, like a pro at 14 years old. That's
wild.
insane.
That's
wild.
insane.
Yeah.
Like,
That's wild.
like, yo, I'm sure y'all made it.
That's
Y'all
like
weren't
being
training like pros at 14. Y'all were having some fun.
I'm taking my 7-8-year-old child to go train with Tyler Ref, who trained pros. What am I doing?
That's wild.
No, but take
And
it.
then
But
taking
shout
a-
out Tyler Ref though.
I
yeah,
saw
Sean,
what
you
he
messing up his business right
You
now.
gotta keep supporting
No,
the
what I'm
business.
saying is like, what I'm saying, I'm taking a 6-year-old kid to go train with Chris Brickley. Like, I have no problem with getting my child trained. I ain't got no problem with that. But it's levels. Like, I'm giving Tyler props.
Yeah,
Tyler,
Nah,
he's
get
a
that way,
level.
Gus. Yeah.
He's a level of training pros. Like, yes, you're gonna make your money with, you know, obviously younger kids, but he's a professional trainer to me. So,
And I'll speak
you know
on
what I'm saying? Like, I'm not taking my 8-year-old child.
You gotta let kids be kids.
And I want to speak
Thank
on
you.
this too, right?
It's too
I heard
serious.
I heard the term hockey assist a lot more now in basketball, right?
Hockey assist, yep.
That was something that you learned from playing different sports. Small career, I played Canadian high school basketball.
Hey. Okay.
I saw the floor well because I played hockey. That's what I'm saying. Like, people see you learn different skills in football. We don't talk about that, right?
Right.
You learn different skills playing different sports.
Exactly. Like, baseball.
I play baseball. I'm nice.
Just saying.
Cam,
Nice.
I'll give you a run for your money, Cam.
I'm saying though, what does that help with, Cam? Your eye coordination,
hand-eye
your
coordination.
eye-hand
Hand-eye
coordination.
coordination.
That helps when you go on the basketball
Cardio,
court.
all that.
Football,
Yeah.
toughness. You getting hit. Like that's just toughness. Like people that stuff matters. They wonder why these kids now are just so soft because you got kids playing basketball all year round. They don't want to play football because I don't want to get hit. I don't want to get touched. I'm just saying. Nah, I'm being real. I know you going another way with it.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
But I'm just saying though, that's the truth though. You playing football, you're going to get hit. Yeah. Kids don't want to get hit. Period. Playing baseball, you don't want to get hit by the baseball. Yeah, I've seen the kid walk off the baseball field because somebody almost hit him with a pitch. He had to dodge it. He said, "Oh no, forget this."
I still got stitches right here. I got 7 right here.
I mean, from the skill aspect, what do you learn from baseball?
I mean,
that can translate to basketball.
Hand-eye coordination.
Hand-eye coordination. Yeah, that's it. Reaction time. There you go. Those are things you learn.
Exactly. Football, toughness. Yeah. You got to be tough to play football, bro.
Football's like hockey. You got to see where the play's going. You got to see what to predict plays.
Got to be tough. You're going to get hit or be hit. Period. You better hit somebody.
And we look at the flip side too. Like, we've talked about it. Everybody says they don't. Today's pros or younger players, they don't watch film. Why would I watch? And I want to say this like respectfully. Why would I watch film if I've been training since a 12-year-old as a pro?
Right. You're right. Yeah.
Right. All I've done is basketball. Like, you sacrifice everything, which is great. You made it to your goal, but you
burnt out.
I don't have anything else to do. All I've been playing basketball for the last 12 years.
That's why a lot of people don't love.
Sometimes
don't love it no
as
more.
Parents,
they fall out of love with it when they get older.
Yeah.
As parents, we shouldn't force the sport to our kids. Mm-hmm. Right? Like I don't force basketball on my son. If he wants to play, he plays. Because nobody forced me to play ball, Ray. I don't think no one forced you to play ball.
I did it myself.
And at the end of the day, like we just decided to grind on our own, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, we had some mentors that probably guided us through the process or whatnot. But they're not forcing it like they're doing it today. Like these kids today are starting super early. Oh my God. And they're being like,
it's crazy.
Like, and to the point where these kids will end up hating it. You see what I'm saying? They grow up and they hate the sport, or they hate it, or they just doing it. My mom forced me. That's the wrong way to go about things, man. As parents, let our kids be kids, man, and let them enjoy their childhoods because they only gonna get it once.
And you want to talk about the flip side? You don't even love the game no more because you're burnt out, and then you have to deal with the business side of the game.
And then you deal with the business side.
And then that just compounds to your hate for the game or your dislike for the game now. When you have to deal with, I'm better than this guy, but he got a bigger contract than me. Yep. Can't play.
Like nobody told me to be a student of the game. I just became a student of the game. By how? By collecting trading cards, by freaking playing video games, by just watching the game. Now you become a student of the game, but not knowing you becoming a student of the game. So we need to go back to that, man. Like, stop forcing it on these kids, man.
Like, you know what's crazy? Like, I play a video game like I play a real game.
That's a fact.
Like, seriously.
You're right.
Like, that's how much I think and love basketball. Like, I'm playing a video game. A lot of people play video games just for fun, just for giggles. Like, I play video games.
Doing swing, shoot that court in
three.
Like,
I'm for real. Like, I play a real live game. Like, I'm really playing. I'm really into this. I'm really into this. Like, seriously.
Y'all will get cooked, by the way.
I will fry y'all.
Give me 3 months and I will fry all of y'all. I promise you that.
Man, we can play whatever.
I'm not putting my money against home.
Baseball, I play.
When I used to play 2K like that, I was
all I'm playing right now is baseball.
The show?
That's all I'm playing is
top 1,000?
Yeah, I was that.
I'm gonna find me online.
I was when I
I'm gonna be on 2K. I'm telling you that right now.
But I don't really play like that. Now I play like different games. So
I'm telling you, I'm nice now. I'm all right.
A game is just an algorithm.
I'm all right. Nobody beating me on the show though.
MLB the show?
No. Baseball.
That's what I'm talking about. Come find me. Come find me online.
When that new college football, football drop
every day.
What, the show?
Yes.
MLB?
Yes, with the Yankees.
Ray loves baseball.
Play me.
Yo, he will get cooked.
Play me.
Wifey, jump on this chat right now.
All right, hold on.
You can
I would destroy this dude.
How much money we putting up?
Man, we can play
whatever.
Man, let's grab the real bat. Let's go to the batting range.
I got you guys right now.
I can bring the you play PS5, right? PS5, right?
Nah, I play Xbox.
Oh, I'm
an Xbox guy.
You
listen, I don't play video games like that.
I had
the only game I play, is MLB the show.
We gonna start off
for the past 3 years.
We gonna start off to the Baja. after dark with a game of MLB. We'll
I'm
put
with
some.
it.
You
I'm
guys
with
put
it.
some money on
I'll
the
put
line.
money. I'll put a dollar. I'll put whatever on
Y'all
it.
putting a stack on the line?
I'm
All right,
ranked.
shake on it. A
MLB.
stack to the
You
ball.
put
We're
a
starting.
thou out.
He
I
said
put
a
a
stack.
stack.
He put in the stack.
But you do regular teams or you do dynasty?
What you mean? I don't do dynasty. I do regular teams.
Okay, regular team. That's fine. I'm okay. You get the Yankees. Cool.
Oh, you getting trashed.
All right, we got a stack on the line. We got a stack.
I'll
on
put
the
a
line.
stack on
And
the
then after
line.
that, let's grab the real bats and go to the batting range. Because you talking too much shit.
Let's do it.
Let's
All
do
right.
that too.
I'm working.
All right, y'all. All right.
do it.
So let's push on because we were coming across time. What y'all want to talk about? Mr. Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
Supposedly he wants to go to Toronto, but y'all, what are y'all thoughts?
Thanasis?
He want to go where?
What are you talking about?
They-
Thanasis?
No, y'all.
They said there's
Say
mutual
Giannis has
interest.
mutual interest to be in Toronto. Like I told
I think
y'all.
that'd be great because it's good. You know, like he fits Toronto.
Well, he
With
said
culture.
he said he didn't want to leave the East.
But he also didn't
But
say
he also said I mean, there's reports that he don't
It-
want to deal with taxes.
Yeah, and that's the worst place
That's
to
the
possibly
worst
be.
place
That's
to
the
get
worst
taxed.
part.
53%.
Yeah.
So, but y'all, what do y'all think of the Toronto fit? I mean, it's just not that. Toronto's looking to add a big free agent. They're looking to either go after KD.
For the business side, that's a humongous. And I
need-
think that can take Giannis. You know, you got a whole country on your back now. That's the beauty about playing in Canada is you're gonna have a whole country
Yeah, it's not.
supporting you. It's just not
just a city.
not a city or a state.
but that country's small as shit. Bro, there's more people in California than there is in all of Canada.
true.
Is it?
There's
Is
only
that a
40.
fact?
There's only
You
like
can't
38
live in
to
like
40
80%
million.
of Canada, dog. It's
You
frozen.
can't. It's all frozen tundra. There's about 38 million people in Canada, or 40 if it's grown in the last 10 years.
I didn't know those numbers. Hold on.
Yeah, it's small.
Yeah, it's like very similar to Australia. You just can't live in most of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, what do y'all think of the fit? I think they keep BI. They're probably gonna have to move.
You're gonna have to move.
I mean, do Scotty and Giannis actually fit? They feel like I don't want to say similar players, but I don't feel like they fit.
That's a defensive.
Does that move
Odds it
take
up.
Toronto over the hump? Though?
I think you have to move Scotty.
That's a defensive team.
I think that's who
right
you
there.
trade him for.
I think you have to move Scotty.
Because you want to keep BI, it spreads the floor out.
Move Scotty to Milwaukee.
I think you move Scotty
And
and
you sign a big free
and
agent.
RJ to
Damn,
Milwaukee
you
and all
gotta
the
get rid
picks.
of too many guys.
No, you don't. You get rid of those two, and then you give picks and you build. You get signed.
Yeah, you sign people.
Got
People
Quickly.
gonna want to play with
you got
Giannis.
quickly. You got quickly at the point.
You got quick.
You got. I like.
They
I
gonna
like.
quick
I like Porter.
That's out the fucking playoffs. They ain't gonna win no motherfucking quickly.
Brandon-
They ain't gonna win no games.
They got
bro.
Brandon Ingram.
You got BI and Giannis. You gonna win some games in the East?
In the
It's
East,
the same
it's the
team
East.
in Milwaukee.
No, it's not the same
it's
team.
not.
Dame was injured.
Dame is
bro.
hurt. They gonna be out for a year.
Hey, Bi a problem, bro.
B.I.
No, he's a problem.
Let's not forget how nice BI is,
Yeah,
bro.
he's nice.
Bi nice.
Where's is
He was
BI
just with the
from North
Pelicans, bro.
Carolina, right?
Like the Pelicans, we already know they got their problems.
Hey, listen. I think Giannis would be a problem at the 5.
I think he should play the 5.
I know he's not a 5,
be
but I
dominant.
think he would be a problem at the 5.
He's a problem wherever position.
Because it's not many. Yeah, it's not like there's any fives who can really stop him. Who can stop him?
I don't understand the KD fit though. What does KD do for you in Toronto?
No.
What he do?
He's a
everywhere
name.
else?
Because they want their name he wants to go after too. Is like what I know KD loved Toronto. He said he wanted to play for Toronto as a kid, but like what?
No, he don't.
Be up there with Drake.
He said that. That's all I'm gonna say. He said that. But my point is to ask you guys is like, does that even make sense? He's not young enough.
No, he's not. Yeah, he's not.
It's a
Because
lie.
Toronto is not.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. He's just fronting right now. Probably
He's
got
like the
a
women
burner.
up there.
He said that from
probably.
his
Something
burner
like
phone.
No, he said that because of VC. He wanted to play for the Raptors.
Sounds good.
So
Damn.
I don't think he. If he does, KD go play for the Raptors.
Go do
Guarantee
it.
you would never.
I
see
promise
that.
you, there's nothing stopping him from doing it.
He's
if he wants
not.
to.
He's not doing.
Anyways, that's not the point. Do y'all think it fits? At
No,
all? I don't.
it
I
does
think it's a
not
terrible
fit.
fit.
Toronto,
It does not
no.
fit because Toronto right now is not a championship contender.
I think he
team.
needs
I
to go
think
to the
Giannis.
Spurs.
I think Giannis fits.
and
needs to go to the
KD
Spurs,
is got what 2 years
Spurs.
max.
Where's CP
3-4
going?
years. 2 really good years.
Probably be a Maverick. I ain't gonna lie.
I heard they're looking at here, but I heard Drew Holiday looking to go to the Clippers.
I think it's a better fit.
Ooh, I like that.
That's
I
a
like
better
Drew
fit. 'Cause
Holiday.
The
You
Mavericks
want
can't
the
afford him.
Clippers?
I like
Mavericks
that.
can't afford him, so I think that's a better fit.
Drew.
We can't afford him. Drew. We don't have no fucking money.
By the way,
If he ain't got no
y'all,
money,
if y'all
you
have any
can't get him.
questions, we're gonna wrap up in about 5 minutes. So y'all better ask now.
Yeah, real quick.
Come on,
Beast. Ooh, I do. I like it with the Clippers. I like it with the
I do like it. You put out
Him next to
Kawhi,
him
Kawhi and Drew defensively.
I like
because
it.
that frees up. Harden can do a lot. He can do a lot more. He got to worry about a lot of shit.
I'm with that.
I like it.
That's a great pickup.
I like it.
Giannis won't be in Toronto though. There's no way.
So there's no world where Giannis stays in Milwaukee?
No, I don't think so.
You think it's over?
Yeah.
I think
going
he
the
wants to leave
Spurs,
now.
bro. I think he going to the Spurs.
I don't. Why would he allow so much chatter if he wanted to stay?
Giannis would have shut the shit down.
To apply pressure, to leverage that, right? To Milwaukee, because Milwaukee.
They already had
So what are you applying pressure to? You have no assets.
Milwaukee will want to keep him, right?
They want to keep him.
No, I think they want to move on.
You think Milwaukee moved on?
No.
I think both. You know, at
Both
some
parties
point,
mutual?
both parties feel like, okay, yeah, we won a championship. It's time to move on. Like, you know, Dame is injured. That's what is Dame at 50, 45?
Or if that's the case, Milwaukee's trying to get the best value they can for him.
Potentially.
You know, because you want to get the best value.
I mean, do you all think he should stay in Milwaukee?
Absolutely not.
I don't think he should.
I don't think
but
it helps. I think it's a wrap.
I think what you said about them mutually want to move him is not true.
There you go.
They don't.
I don't think Milwaukee wants.
They had meetings with him about
Giannis. If they can keep Giannis.
So what I mean mutual is that if he wants to leave, they're happy to accommodate his request and just start.
they're not gonna
That's
force
what I
him
mean
to
by
stay.
mutual.
It won't be a Jimmy situation.
They respect him and got that much love that if he wants to leave, they're gonna do what's best for him. They're gonna help him.
But I don't
get
think
where he wants to go.
Giannis has come out and say that.
He hasn't. He's
Giannis will
not
be.
come out and say it, but he don't have some meetings behind them doors.
Behind them doors.
I'm gonna
and
say
told him.
this: Giannis will be either with the Spurs, and if he wants to go in the East, he will probably be with
the
Knicks or dark horse team Atlanta. That's my dark horse team.
I did see that video where when he lost with Milwaukee, he did see him walking the streets in New York. Y'all seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just chilling.
But in New York, why New York?
He might like New York a little.
It's a big market. Remember, he likes big market shit too. He like big market. He already said
So
he
he
might
might be
see
New
all
York.
Europeans playing a big market. He did say that.
That will be that. I ain't gonna lie. That would be huge.
I don't.
Adam Silver will love it.
I just.
Giannis in New York.
I don't like it.
I don't want him to.
You don't like it?
I just don't like it. I don't want to see Giannis in New York. That's
I
what
don't.
mean.
I don't want to see him do
You
it.
don't want New York to be good. That's all that
I don't
is.
want to see Giannis in New York. No, I'm happy to see like KD go. I just don't like Giannis in New York. for some
KD,
reason.
I think KD New York.
I think KD in New York is great.
He was already in New York.
Nah,
It ain't work.
KD ain't going back.
He ain't going
To New
back.
York.
He ain't going back to New York.
My whole point is I just don't like. I can't picture him in the Knicks.
Can't picture it.
I just don't want to see it.
But for
That
New
would
York,
be
that's
nasty.
good.
It'd be great. It'd be
I
great.
know.
be
But
great
go ahead and
for New
picture it. Number 34. He'll be there.
He'd be there.
Okay.
Ray, where do you want him? In Dallas or New York? Where do you want him?
He ain't coming here.
Who?
Yeah, he ain't
Giannis?
coming here.
He ain't
For
coming.
Coop?
They not letting
They're
Cooper
not
go.
doing
They're
that.
not
They're
doing
not
that.
doing
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I
They
don't.
would. They,
That ship sailed.
Yeah,
If-
it's over. with.
if Nico
They taking
do
that
it,
pick.
a lot of shit has to have happened. Like some other shit has to happen before that. I don't think they can.
They not
that.
doing it.
All right, well, shoot, we gonna be lit. We got
Hey, draft night we're gonna be
and
watching
Coop.
though. Draft night we're gonna be watching.
We got Paige and Coop in the city.
If it do happen, it'll happen draft night. You heard it here first. If it does happen, it'll happen.
It does
draft night.
happen. It will happen. Draft
All
night.
right, last thing quickly.
Last thing, Pelican said no one on their roster is untouchable.
Ray,
Facts.
that's one of your guys.
Get
You wanna
rid of
see him?
everyone.
Huh?
Where do you want to see one of your guys if they actually move him?
I want Zion.
Get rid of him, bro.
Houston.
His
That's-
decision making is not the best.
I want him in
On and
Houston.
off the
I'm gonna tell you, look, right, as a nigga who lives in
Get him
Houston,
out of there,
he don't
bro.
need to be in Houston.
I understand that.
He
I
don't need to
understand
be
that.
in Houston.
I understand that.
He do not need to be in Houston.
Young fella is dealing with a lot right now.
He dealing with a lot. This is the time. Get rid of him.
There's more
Start
distractions in
fresh.
Houston than it is in New
But
Orleans.
you got to get him out of New Orleans.
Got to.
That organization wants to get him up out of there because he need to find he need to go somewhere
He need a
where
clean start.
he need to go somewhere where he got something to do.
He need a clean
He
start.
need a clean
But
start. Somewhere he
has
got
his
something
value
to do
decreased is the right question.
I mean,
because he's flying to me.
Would you swap out Scotty for
Yes. Yep.
ooh, I like that. I
Scotty
like
for
that.
who?
Zion?
Yep.
Because then if you do that, if you
He's
do
with
that,
RJ, his college teammate. Obviously, he's familiar with BI. Toronto's Messiah might be a more structured program. I'm just throwing it out there.
and he's played with BI before.
Yeah, and it's gonna. I mean, Toronto's gonna.
I
look,
feel like Scotty's is a good commodity on the other side to get Scotty in some picks. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a random.
Scotty
shit.
would hate it, but yeah.
Scotty would hate it going to
Yeah.
New Orleans
If I'm New Orleans, I'll get rid
I'd
of
rather
him
stay-
for
I'd rather
whoever,
stay in
bro. At this
Toronto.
point,
for whoever.
not whoever, but you know,
Gotta
Scotty. I like Scotty. Like I like. Scotty.
I ain't gonna lie, the
Get rid of
Pelicans
him.
not looking too hot right now. They kind
They're
of
not looking too hot. That's not a sexy team
They
at all.
say everybody can get traded.
Trey Murphy.
CJ Murphy
They
gotta
said Trey
go.
Murphy's favorite. He's favored to go to the Nuggets, and I like that.
You don't like that?
I like it.
I was
I
about to
like
say,
it
I
a
love
lot.
Yeah, I
that.
like that.
I like it a
I
lot.
love that
I like it a lot.
because he can shoot that rock.
Hey, and
I can see that trade with him and Michael Porter with a sign and trade because the young fella finna get paid. He finna get paid. Murphy finna get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see a sign and trade.
I think you do that. You have Murray, him, and
If the Pelicans, let me
That
look at
offense
the
be
camera. If the
crazy.
Pelicans are serious,
They're
hear me
not.
out. Huh?
Pelicans aren't a serious franchise.
They're not a serious
they're
franchise?
up there with the Kings,
You
where it's
got
not
to
serious.
get rid of Zion Williamson.
On wax.
Get rid of him, please.
Actually, this is on wax. Tony says it's a joke of an organization. He said that on his pod. TA says bad. I mean, everybody says
Yeah,
Pelicans
I've never
are
heard
not a
good
good
things about
organization.
New Orleans. Because, like,
They got to get rid of Zion.
And theirs was a cleanup with David Griffin. He just made it worse originally.
yeah.
Y'all remember that time?
No, they were respectable. At one point, they were somewhat respectable when they had AD.
And
Yeah, they had AD and Boogie
They had Boogie.
and Rondo at the point.
Rondo. Like,
doesn't-
yeah, they were solid.
TA was on that team, and he said the organization
but
was a joke.
That's how it was ran.
He didn't say the team was bad. He's talking about the organization.
You can be good with the team.
Oh yeah, but it's
Because the Kings the same way. And
It's
to
a
keep it
couple.
honest with you.
It's a couple of those in the league. You know, every
And they're one-
organization.
and they
ain't
one of
gonna
those
be-
couple.
Every organization ain't gonna be top notch.
For sure. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
The-
ain't gonna be
when he
top
said they're not
notch.
serious, they're not a serious organization.
And last
from what
last
I've
one,
heard.
the Mavericks are also the favorites to land. Herb Jones. Do we think that's a good
Love
fit?
that fit.
I love Herb.
Herb Jones, and who's we got rid of?
You probably
PJ?
you might trade Najee or PJ, one of the two.
Yeah.
Great defender. You ain't
I
trading
like
Najee
Najee,
back.
bro.
I don't think you. Yeah.
Sending Najee back?
You just
They
got
might
Najee.
want him back.
They
like
might,
him.
but I'm Najee. I'm
No,
like, no.
Najee don't have a choice.
You don't?
That's true.
You
That
got
part is
no
true.
voice there.
That part is true.
I just like Herb on Dallas. I think he's a
I don't
great
even think
fit.
you got to trade either one of them. I think it could be somebody else. It can be.
But why you
somebody
got to
else.
trade somebody? How much money Herb asking for?
I think Herb just extended.
Just extend it.
Yeah.
So no, it's a trade.
It's a trade. We're not saying
It's going to be a
trade.
trade because the Pelicans are selling.
They're selling everybody.
It's a,
Get rid
it's a
of
fire
him,
sale.
bro. Start
everything.
new, bro.
They might give him up for some money. They need some cash.
But I don't like getting rid of Herb. I feel like he's a player you keep around. He's like a fundamental cornerstone.
He's
Yeah,
really
you
good.
can
I
build.
like Herb just keeping him there. But
I
that's
think just
me.
need the first blood. I think they're trying to get first blood. Just
Herb
build a
only
culture.
making 13 next year and 15 the next year. Like I'm keeping Herb if I'm them.
You can trade. You can
affordable.
trade Hardy and somebody else for him. Then that's the case. Make the money work.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to even be nothing. But you can keep Najee.
And quickly before we end up, where do y'all want to see Russ? Because that was a question in the chat.
Russ Westbrook?
Well,
Stay?
Back
in
in
Denver?
Denver.
Back in
Yeah, I
Denver.
think he fits in Denver.
Yeah, why? Why change? Stay in Denver. Keep playing the role that he's been doing.
I got a team for y'all. Orlando.
No.
Nah,
He'll play well with those guys in Jamal.
No. Stay there. He need to stay with vets, not them young dudes.
Yeah, stay with
Stay with some
Denver, bro.
vets.
Yeah, I like him with the Nuggets. I like him with
And they like him over there too.
yeah.
So stay where you like to stay where, because it's all about where Russ is all about where he goes.
Does Russ now just want to play more?
No, he wants to.
He'd play
have
more
a
in
good-
Orlando.
He wants
Russ
to win a championship.
He wants to win, bro. He wants to
He ain't
win, and he
winning
wants to
with
have
not Orlando.
and he wants to have a part in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to be
Denver's
no
probably the
guy.
best spot.
He don't want no guy that want to sit on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of those guys that he's accepted the fact of not starting, but I don't want to be over here sitting over
Like,
here.
yeah, I'll come off the bench for Denver. But you think I'm gonna come off the bench in Orlando?
I think he'd start in Orlando.
Why would you want Russ starting Orlando? That's
He'd be a starter on a
diabolical.
playoff team. That's why I saw it.
He what?
He'd be a starter on a playoff team.
But how long that's gonna last?
I don't know if that's
Because they're young. You building with young guys, and you bring in an older guy like
yeah,
Russ.
and
But
he
you
will
need
mess
one
up
older
the chemistry.
statesman on every team.
You do, but
They have
like,
KCP. That's their older statesman. on
Yeah,
the team.
but then you talking about starting, like, that's like Mike Conley going over there right now. Mike Conley on his way out. Mike Conley said he got about a year or two
I
left.
thought he
Maybe.
was gonna retire already.
Mike's
He's thinking about it.
Mike's thinking about it.
Mike's coming back.
Mike,
I heard
he
he's
probably
thinking
coming
about
back, but
He's still
he's like,
serviceable.
he
Yeah,
said
he-
it though. He came out in the interview like, "Hey, my time
1
is
or
about
2
up.
years, yeah.
Yeah, my time is about up."
Yeah,
Like,
this is year 18.
I know.
This is
bro,
it, like,
I'm
he's been
saying.
too-
2007, bro. 3rd overall pick, right? After Greg and KD.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Any last words?
Nah, man.
So, yo, we're going to put this on wax at the end of the show. So, Ray, Charlie, 1-1 or 2-0, $100 bet. Right?
Yep. 1-1, yeah.
For the series.
Yeah, they split. I say they split.
And then to the ball after dark, we're starting with y'all playing a game of MLB show.
He don't want no smoke.
Stack
I'm
on the
telling
line.
you, he don't want.
I shook $1,000. What are you talking about?
Say less.
He wants all the smoke.
All right.
Any other bets we need to clear up before we sign off?
Ray, you messing with fire.
And then the last thing I want to say is
I told you I play.
Okay.
our prediction so everybody knows 4-2, 4-2, 4-2, 4-1. And then the next time we'll see y'all is Thursday just before it starts. So we'll probably break down the series a little bit more.
Let's go.
And Mr. Pinson will be joining us again.
We got full
from
and
the
Tyler
Rico.
too, right?
Tyler might be back in the building too.
Let's
so
go.
I'll be back in the producer's chair.
Full house.
I may be here, I may not.
Ray may not be here though. I forgot that. That's right.
Ray gonna be in OKC?
Who knows? Who knows?
You gonna be working?
Huh?
You gonna be working OKC?
I don't know.
He's working right now for OKC. He got
Yeah,
the
he got the
shirt
shirt on
on
right here. What are you
payroll.
talking about?
He working right now.
What are y'all talking about, man?
Double-
I never
double
told
agent
y'all
is only
that.
a solo
I never
agent
told
now.
y'all that.
Hey.
Let's go Thunder, though.
All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all tapping
Confirmation.
Appreciate you tapping in on the
First stream on to the
First
Baja.
stream on to the Baja channel.
First stream to the Baja,
With Charlie
baby.
on. We started here.
You heard?
Hey, that's what's up. Hey, by the way, don't forget, drop tomorrow. Charlie's socials. His new whip.
Oh yeah, the new whip is dropping
Yeah,
tomorrow.
streets
Stay
waiting.
tuned. CV Believe and IG.
Feed the
You
streets.
heard?
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all on Thursday.
Peace.